Є таке діло. Буде?
Прекрасно, дякую.
Доброго дня, Сергій Васильович.
Доброго дня, доброго дня. Надзвичайно приємно. Я буду намагатися вести англійською, і
Ну, звісно ж, да.
тому що основний шарм цієї конференції – це обговорення актуальних питань маркетингу саме англійською мовою, мовою міжнародного ділового спілкування. Починаємо рівно о 10-й з точністю Deutsche Bahn. І рівно о 10-й починаємо. І шановний Олександр Олександрович скаже привітальне слово. І далі Артем Володимирович, якщо він з нами. І далі Катерина Петрівна, потім Світлана Іванівна Кострицька. Всіх дуже вітаю.
Навзаєм.
Прекрасно. Зараз вже 83 учасника. Це добра кількість і впевнений якість нашого з вами товариства, бо ми всі маркетологи, інноваційщики, які полюбляємо науку, академічну освіту. Тому впевнений, що проведемо цю конференцію і подальше наше спілкування і співпрацю на високому рівні, як кажуть поляки, на заавансованому рівні. Witam serdecznie pana Aleksandra Sapińskiego. Super, co pan jest z nami.
Dzień dobry. Good morning for everyone.
Good morning. Have a nice day. All the best. Good morning, dear colleagues. We begin our conference, Majesty of Marketing 16th conference. And first of all, I as to speech the first prorector of Dnipro University of Technology, Professor Alexander Alexandrovich Azukovsky.
Доброго дня, шановні колеги. Дозвольте привітати всіх нас від імені ректора нашого університету, академіка Національної академії наук України Півняка Геннадія Григоровича і висловити високу вдячність вельмишановним нашим спікерам за таку участь і висловити впевненість у тому, що поєднання нашого інтелектуальної проєкції у вигляді досвіду на виступів та, скажімо так, позитивний досвід відображення результатів наших досліджень поєднує нас у нашому майбутньому шляхом активного створення комфортного, поточного, актуального середовища. Колеги, дозвольте від імені Геннадія Григоровича побажати всім нам успіху і висловити впевненість, що успішних рішень і успішного досвіду та результатів нашої з вами конференції. Дякую.
Thank you very
Навзаєм.
much. Thank you very much. It's a nice time in middle of December. Difficult year 2020. Speak about actually problem of marketing in Ukraine, in European Union, in the world. I propose to speech Dean of Faculty Financial and Economic, Dnipro University of Technology, docent Katerina Petrovna Pilova, proszę. Please.
Доброго дня, учасники конференції. Я вітаю вас від фінансово-економічного факультету Національного технічного університету Дніпровської політехніки. Хочу зазначити, що вже 16-й рік поспіль ми проводимо цю конференцію Majesty of Marketing. І ця конференція розвивається, відповідає викликам часу як справжній маркетинговий проєкт. Я бажаю всім учасникам наснаги, гарного спілкування, в добрий путь.
Thank you very much, Katerina Petrovna. Next, propose to speech about our conference, Professor Kostrycka Svetlana Ivanovna, Head of Department of International Language of Dnipro University of Technology. Svetlana Ivanovna, are you here?
Dear students, dear colleagues, dear participants of the conference, I'd like to greet you all at this conference and emphasize the fact that it is an opportunity for knowledge sharing, and not only for students, young researchers, but also for us, the academic staff. Knowledge sharing is one of the most significant practices among highly effective people. For students' academic success, it is very important to sharpen one's knowledge. Just as a blunt axe cannot cut a tree, a dull mind never curates a brilliant idea. And exchanging knowledge through conferences, our students gain deeper insights into their field of studies. We, the academic staff, motivate students and enable them to move forward. As a language teacher, I have a pleasure to work with very talented, ambitious, hardworking students, accountable for their learning and performance. And today, I hope they will be very successful with their presentations. They have worked hard on their projects and now have results to share with others. Congratulations to everyone. Today, all of us will learn a great deal from the presenters, and students have the chance to make valuable contacts. The presenters will improve their skills, including presentation skills, and hopefully build research collaborations for the future. Let's enjoy our time at this conference. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. your words about good cooperation is very nice. And I invite to speak the head of Department of Industrial Marketing, Politechnika Kijowska, Professor Sontsev Sergei Alexeyevich. Окей.
Я.
Мгм.
Так, мене чутно?
Я чутно.
Чутно, так. Ну, хочу всіх привітати. Шановний Сергій Якович, колеги, гості, студенти, учасники конференції. Маю велику честь від імені керівництва факультету менеджменту і маркетингу Київського політехнічного інституту імені Ігоря Сікорського і від себе особисто привітати вас з 20-річним ювілеєм кафедри маркетингу Дніпровської політехніки і початком роботи 16-ї міжнародної научно-практичної конференції Majesty of Marketing, яка присвячена цьому ювілею, цій події. Ну, нині існує низка нерозв'язаних проблем, пов'язаних з викликами сучасності, які потребують переосмислення, напрацювання принципово нових підходів, рекомендацій, пропозицій, з урахуванням бурхливих змін, які відбуваються у світі. З огляду на це ми маємо консолідувати наші наукові зусилля для підняття українського маркетингу на рівень, який відповідає найкращим світовим стандартам. Я так вважаю, що проведення конференції – це хороша нагода поділитися досягненнями, обмінятися думками, обговорити проблеми, які існують в маркетингу. Впевнений в тому, що фахові дискусії на конференції Majesty of Marketing сприятимуть розвитку українського маркетингу і посиленню наукових зв'язків між кафедрами маркетингу. Ну, дозвольте висловити найкращі побажання у вашій роботі, у роботі конференції Majesty of Marketing. Дякую.
Дякую, шановний Сергій Олексійович. Thank you very much, Сергій Олексійович. We will try this moment about you speak, and we always think about your support of us. Thank you very much. And next speaker, the head of Department of Marketing after Anatoly Fyodorovich Pavlenko, Київський національний економічний університет імені Вадима Гетьмана, доктор економічних наук, професор Федорченко Андрій Васильович. Прошу вас, будь ласка.
Добрий ранок, можна переходити на англійську?
Так.
Good morning, dear friends, dear friends, colleagues, professors, lecturers, and of course, young researchers. On behalf of Kyiv National Economic University Department of Marketing, let me greet you on the occasion of this conference, Majesty of Marketing, being held at your university. I completely agree with the previous speakers that our students have a modern platform to share their clear vision of what we do and understand in theory and practice of modern marketing. And of course, about the future issues which can occur in the nearest or maybe not so nearest future. In this case, I would like to say that it would be very useful for the further scientific works, for the further contacts, and everything about the future of our market. I will also would like to highlight the name of your conference, the Majesty of Marketing. You see, the marketers, they perform the real magic today. Who, if not us, can understand all the insights of consumer behavior, the trends in the models of behavior changes, all the factors which are related to the particular marketing environment. Who can make the business be more healthy, producing more value for the target market, for the target audience. It's all about us. So everything which we do, what we do now, is a real majesty of marketing. I wish you to be very productive, to be very communicative. And of course, I would like to thank you for the possibility to share my vision, because I have prepared my presentation of what I understand within theory and practice of the modern marketing. I guess it would be very useful for you, and you can use it in your future scientific research. Thank you very much once again, and take a warmest regards from my colleagues from Kyiv National Economic University Marketing Department. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much about your wonderful words of marketing. And next speaker, I propose Professor Alexander Viktorovich Zazulov, Professor of Department of Industrial Marketing, National Technical University, Kyivsky Polytechnic Institute, after Igor Sikorsky, if you want.
Шановні колеги, я вбачаю, що поки що зараз є проблеми зі зв'язком, тому я буду без відео. Я хочу привітати кафедру, споріднену кафедру від Київської політехніки до Дніпровської політехніки. Дуже радий бачити багатьох присутніх тут представників провідних кафедр маркетингу України і зарубіжжя. Я приєднуюсь до слів, які сказав вже завідувач нашої кафедри Сергій Олексійович Сонцев, про те, що тут дійсно дуже цікава конференція. Я бажаю успіхів цій конференції і подальшому єднанню усіх кафедр маркетингу, які тут представлені.
Дякую вам, Олександр Вікторович. Thank you very much. And next speaker, Olesya Petrovna Vashchuk, the head of organization Innovation University, the head of Council of Young Scientists of Ministry of Science and Education of Ukraine, Doctor of Science of Law and Professor, please. Okay, one moment, and I propose to speak Irena Pavlishin, Institute of Logistics, Technical University of Poznan.
What?
Okay, yeah, I listen you, we listen you.
Something wrong, yeah? Something wrong?
Mm-hmm,
Or hear me?
We'll listen you, Olesya Petrovna.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
Okay, we have good subject, Majesty of Marketing, and I think everybody know why we now on this conference, and I wish you find something interesting on this conference, and good luck and good conference. Thank you.
Dear Olesya Petrovna, we thank you of your support of our conference, and I hope we will cooperate with Council of Young Science in the future.
No problem, please ask.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I propose next speaker, Irena Pavlishin, Institute of Logistics, University. Poznan University of Technology, Poland. Please, Pani Irena, doctor. Okay. One moment waiting for Irena Pavlishin. A few seconds. We don't listen you, Irena.
Добрий день, чи мене чути?
Так, чути. Добрий день, шановна пані Ірена.
Добре, добрий день. Тішуся, що я врешті змогла підключитися. Я з
Дякую.
Zoom так не дуже дружу, але бачу, що мені вдалося. Добренько, я всіх вас вітаю. Всіх вас вітаю на сьогоднішньому нашому зібранні спільному. Тішуся, що так багато людей прийшло на конференцію сьогоднішню. Аж я не могла зайти ніяк в чат, тому що був максимум людей. Так що я рада такій фреквенції високій. Якщо йдеться про мій сьогоднішній короткий виступ, який має торкатися тенденції розвитку маркетингу логістики в Польщі, я буду свій виступ зосереджувати на Познані, оскільки тут живу, і буквально кілька слів скажу про те, що у нас тут відбувається. Якщо йдеться про логістичні тенденції, то передусім саме місто Познань дуже сильно в останньому часі робить акцент на Green Mobility, а саме дуже сильно розбудовується сітка велосипедних доріжок, дуже велика інтеграція, власне, іде з sustainability, забула як по-українськи.
Сталий розвиток.
Власне, сталий розвиток. Тому, з одної сторони, подивитися на дії міста, з одної сторони, все правильно, тому що треба вводити зелену мобільність в міста і так далі, тому подібне. Зараз, як ми знаємо, через пандемію дуже сильно обмежений також рух в місті, тому що всі сидять і працюють з дому онлайн, але я задумуюся над перспективою того, що буде в наступному році, коли пандемія закінчиться, а вона все-таки закінчиться, як будуть виглядати наші дороги. Йдеться про те, що місто вибрало, не знаю, чи найкращий напрямок в сторону Green Mobility, тому що з уже існуючих доріг, які є, забираються основні якісь смуги руху і віддаються для, власне, того, щоб могли їздити велосипеди, чи теж самокати, чи якісь інші транспортні засоби, не враховуючи автомобілі. Я задумуюся над питанням, чи в перспективі, як ми знаємо, взимку може з 10-15%, може 20% всіх велосипедистів буде використовувати ці доріжки, ну, з зрозумілих причин. Я задумуюся над тим, наскільки буде правильне це розв'язання, і майбутнє, я думаю, покаже, тому що забирати, я так думаю, місця, смуги руху вже там, де вони їх і так є мало, і так як повторюся, в даній хвилині цього не так відчутно в Польщі, тому що особливо в Познані, тому що пандемія показала, що дуже набагато зменшився рух транспортних засобів по основних дорогах, але якщо все вернеться назад, і там ті смуги руху, де були, наприклад, подвійні, а стали тепер одиночні, чи це правильний крок до sustainability, не знаю. Я задумуюсь над певною кооперацією, яка повинна би була бути, і цей розвиток в сторону Green Mobility повинен теж враховувати аспекти тих людей, які ніколи не пересядуть на велосипеди чи на комунікацію транспортну, до якої теж місто, між іншим, іде, щоб якнайбільше, власне, автомобілістів пересіло на цей транспорт міський. З другої сторони, в даній хвилині у нас в Познані найдорожчий транспортний місцевий транспорт, найдорожчий в Польщі від серпня bodajże цього року. Чи це є добра вказівка для того, щоб заохотити мене, наприклад, як автомобіліста, до того, щоб я пересіла на транспорт міський? Це теж друге питання. Тобто місто робить відповідні якісь кроки в сторону логістичних тенденцій, але чи вони будуть правильними, час покаже. Якщо йдеться про маркетинг, я також хочу тут нав'язати коротко, буквально до певних людських цінностей. Якщо йдеться про маркетинг, ми знаємо, що це вид людської діяльності, який передусім спрямований на задоволення потреб. Це, іншими словами, як сказав Жан-Жак, це соціальний процес. Я остатньо скажу буквально приклад, я думаю, це добрий приклад, якщо йдеться про маркетинг. Остатньо мала нагоду поміняти акумулятор в своєму автомобілі в одній фірмі. І що мене здивувало? Здивувало мене то, який був рівень обслуги клієнта. Тобто я прийшла туди, щоб просто купити акумулятор, так, і щоб мені його замонтували, так скажемо, в машину. А що я отримала? Отримала я дуже якісний підхід до клієнта, а саме передусім, коли я приїхала, мене запитали, чи є зі мною мій старий акумулятор, щоб перевірити, чи він може в ньому щось несправне. Може сам акумулятор дасться ще насправити, що було вже для мене вартістю доданою, тому що фірма не робила акцент на свій заробіток, вона робила акцент на мені, вона робила на мені як на людині. Наступним кроком було те, що фірма не спитала, зразу не захотіла мені продати акумулятор, тільки дала мені запасний, щоб я мала можливість приїхати з машиною на їхньому запасному акумуляторі, і вони могли би перевірити, чи цей, власне, той старий мій несправний акумулятор, чи він має можливість його реанімації. Виявилося, що немає, і відповідно також в наступному кроці, тобто вже другий крок, це те, що дали мені безплатно якийсь акумулятор, так, якого я раніше в жодної іншої фірмі не зустріла, як якусь послугу додаткову для клієнта. Я мала можливість, власне, ще дістати певну знижку за той акумулятор новий, який я купила. До чого я веду? Веду до того, що я отримала більше, ніж я очікувала. І останнє я теж аналізувала цей приклад в контексті книжки, точніше, інструкції Джеймса Алтушера, який показував певні нюанси, як стати підприємством. І один з них було в нього гасло «Обіцяйте більше, виконуйте ще більше». І я собі подумала, що може в контексті маркетингу краще би це звучало «обіцяйте і виконуйте більше, ніж того очікує клієнт», а може просто не обіцяйте, а просто виконуйте більше, ніж того очікує клієнт, і тоді буде клієнт ще більше усатисфакціонований, тому що він навіть не буде очікувати, і для нього це буде великим сюрпризом. Я особисто після відвідин тої фірми, для мене вже додатковий жоден маркетинг не потрібен, я, напевно, буду радити іншим в контексті того, щоб інші йшли далі в це підприємство і теж купляли його продукт. В загальному велика зараз тенденція, яка йдеться в логістиці, це теж колаборації, до чого я теж всіх заохочую. Зараз менше ми все-таки співпрацюємо разом, і вважаю я, що в логістиці це дуже є важливо. І в контексті також конкуренції на ринку ми знаємо, що і в єдності сили, і відповідно логістичні послуги також будуть мати більшу якість. Тому закінчу свій короткий виступ. Маю надію, що в рамках сьогоднішньої конференції всі, шановні панство, ви не тільки будете мати змогу послухати цікаві доповіді, але також відкриєте, можливо, для себе якісь аспекти колаборації з доповідачами чи з іншими учасниками конференції, з якими можете поділитися і також сконсолідувати свої знання воєдино, і, можливо, теж отримуєте більше від сьогоднішньої конференції, ніж ви того очікували, чого вам усім і бажаю, як у вартості доданої. Дякую.
Thank you very much, пані Ірина. We will promise you collaboration.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll be waiting.
Docent Anna Jaroslavivna Dmitriev, Department of Marketing and Logistics, National University, Polytechnica Lvivska.
Dear colleagues, do you hear me?
Yeah.
I have just greetings for you. On behalf of entire staff of the Marketing and Logistics Department, on behalf of Professor Yevhen Krakowski, I express my deep respect to your university, to your department, and especially to the head of department. to Sergei Kasyan. We have been cooperating for many years and are very happy to see the progress and development of marketing education. It's very important, in particular through events such as today's conference. I congratulate our students, participants, on choosing one of the best professions in the world. Believe me, dear students, dear participants, you will never be bored with marketing. It's very interesting. And I also congratulate you on the fact that you take a proactive position in your lives and that every effort you invest now in your own development, especially preparation and participation in such conferences and scientific, is a brick in the high tower of your future success. When you will be there at the top, you are sure will remember your every effort. You will be thankful to yourself for not being indifferent, for wanting more every time, and for making these all efforts. And finally, I want to say that just like a Professor Fedorchenko, I'm just in love with the name of the conference, because marketing is really magic. Marketing changes companies, changes brands, changes people around. Marketing has a great power. So I wish all of you fruitful work today, useful work, new impressions, and don't stop ever create. Good luck and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anna Yaroslavovna. Thank you very much, you and Professor Krikavsky Evgen Vasilovich and all your department. Thank you very much. And next speaker, Docent Irina Zuyinok of Department of International Language of Dnipro University of Technology. Please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Distinguished professors and young researchers who are taking their first steps in discovering marketing and its role in our life and its majesty. It's a great honor for me as a teacher of English to be among you and participate in this conference, which I personally see as a fest of creative ideas, exchanging and sharing experiences, and the results of your research in marketing, which is aimed at creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that value for us as customers. The name of this conference, maybe the third to mention it, reflects its significance and significance of marketing, which cause admiration and respect to people who are involved in it. That is why I would like to wish you successful communicating, successful promoting your original ideas, fruitful discussions, finding the ways to the challenges, and of course, cooperation in future between the countries, between the universities, between the marketers. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear Irina Ivanovna. Good luck, you too. And next speaker, Kolesnik Larissa Alexeyevna, docent, head of doctorantura, Dnipro University of Technology, please.
Доброго дня, шановні колеги. Вітаю вас на такій поважній конференції. Бачу вже 99 учасників. Бажаю вам всього найкращого. Хочу підкреслити, що, бачите, останнім часом ті зміни, які нам пророкували ще кілька років тому, що скоро прийде до нас суспільство змін, суспільство ризику, суспільство постмодерну і так далі, воно прийшло швидше, ніж ми очікували. Тобто та пандемія, яка зараз є, вона підштовхнула плановані певні зміни. І зараз від нас тільки залежить, чи ми зникнемо зараз з цього простору, бо, як говориться, що ті, кого немає у соціальних мережах, у інтернеті, то цих людей зараз не існує. Чи ми можемо зникнути, чи ми можемо використати ті можливості, бо криза – це завжди можливості. І я запрошую вас використати ці можливості, які відкриваються для нас, вийти за кордони наших домівок, створити нові контакти, обговорити нові ідеї, і піти трошки далі. Як не існує сьогодні просто української науки чи закордонної науки, бо наука є сьогодні міжнародна, так і в різних сферах, в тому числі маркетингу і інших, теж повинна бути міжнародна така сфера. І тільки знання мов може нас обмежити в створенні цього певного творчого простору. Бажаю вам ще раз успішної конференції. No i specjalne powitanie jeszcze dla naszych kolegów z Polski. Życzę owocnej konferencji i dobrych obrad. Wszystkiego najlepszego, wszystkiego najkrajszego.
Dziękuję pięknie, pani Laryso. Next speaker, head of Department of Marketing, Lutsk University of Technology, Professor Morochova Valentina, please. Pani Morochova, are you ready? We don't listen to you. Okay. Не чутно вас. Don't listen to you. Пані Валентина, не чутно вас, я дуже перепрошую. Добре. I propose to Professor Valentina to improve your sound.
Шановні колеги, чи чути мене?
Чути, так, чути.
Шановні учасники конференції, чи чути мене?
Чути вас, так, будь ласка. Чути? Чути. Прошу розповідати, пані Валентина.
Чи є звук?
Так, є звук, все добре. Є звук, прошу розповідати, є звук. Dear colleagues.
Ага, так. Мене чи ні?
Чути вас, чути.
Чути?
Чути, так. Прошу починати, пані Валентина.
Я не чую учасників, на жаль.
Ну, ми вас чуємо.
Щось сталося в мене зі звуком. Сергій Якович, не чути мене?
Вас чути вас, все добре.
Чути? Ну, я буду говорити, напевно, тому що я вас не чую.
Гаразд, говоріть.
Доброго дня, шановні учасники конференції, шановні колеги. Вибачте за такий зв'язок. Щирі вітання від Луцького національного технічного університету з нагоди свята, з нагоди 20-річчя кафедри маркетингу вашого університету і з нагоди сьогоднішньої наукової події в вашому університеті міжнародної науково-практичної конференції. Я хочу висловити подяку завідувачу кафедри Касяну Сергію Яковичу за нашу співпрацю, за активну участь особисто Сергія Яковича у всіх наукових заходах нашого університету, за активну участь також студентів, очолюваної ним кафедри. Я хочу подякувати всьому колективу університету і кафедри і сподіваюсь на подальшу нашу плідну співпрацю. Хочу побажати учасникам конференції плідної роботи, творчої наснаги і подальших здобутків.
Дякую дуже. Thank you very much, пані Морохова Валентина. And next speaker, Олександр Кендіхов, President of Association of Science and Education Space-Time. Please, Alexander Volodymyrovich. Okay, next speaker, Olena Valerievna Mandich, the head of Department of Marketing and Media Communication, Kharkiv National Technical University of Agricultural, after Petra Vasilenko. Professor, please.
Good morning to all participants of conference. It's a pleasure for me to take part in such a great scientists event today, especially for the topic of marketing development, especially for the topic of Majesty marketing. The current conference has not only a scientific aspects. This is a meeting of friends. Unfortunately, in the current minds of our activities is only on the format of online communications. This is a meeting of like-minded marketers. This is a meeting of young scientists. And also I want to convey the congrats to your young scientists and your students from the Kharkiv Regional Council of Young Scientists. I want to wish you and your students don't stop at the path of development in science. I want to wish you to reach all possible scientific peaks. I want to wish you moral satisfaction from scientists. I want also to congratulate the marketing department of Dnipro Polytechnics. It's on its anniversary. I wish your team, I wish your department colleagues the inspirations. I wish for you the best students and the high scientific achievements. Thank you for the invitations to take part in the conference today. Thank you for your opportunity to join such a pleasant collaboration with the scientific community and like-minded people. And thank you for our friendship.
Thank you, Olena Valerievna.
With best regards, Alexandra Mandich.
Alexandra Valerievna. We feel in support. We feel in your support. The next speaker, Datsenko Victoria, Dr. PhD in the sphere of economics, the Dean of Faculty of Economics, Business and International Relations, the University of Customs and Financial. Please.
Good morning. Good morning. Congratulations to the hardworking and restless, creative and inspired marketing department on a significant anniversary, being 5 years old with 15 years of experience. We wish a lot of creative students, countless projects, and the stakeholders interested in you. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Victoria. And we will next plenary session, and I propose to speak with presentation the head of Department of Marketing after Anatoly Pavlenko, Kyiv National Economic University after Vadim Getsman, Fedorchenko Andrei Vasilyevich, please.
Thank you very much. Vladimir Yakovlevich, can you give me a possibility to demonstrate my screen? Demonstrate my screen.
We wait and demonstrate your screen.
Yeah, you can give me the right. Okay.
Okay, nice, okay.
Yeah. Is it visible? I guess it's visible.
Yeah, visible.
Dear colleagues, my presentation is named as Global Challenges of Modern Marketing Development. The number of questions is very huge. The answer for this question, unbelievable. So let's start from this point. Modern market environment as a VUCA world because it's volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And nevertheless, what the market you are taking into account, your market environment is a book of old. This is the issue. This is the starting point of making all the marketing activities, using marketing instruments, making marketing programs, creating marketing strategies. Nevertheless, what the large is your enterprise is. Modern marketing environment challenges. I would like to systematize it, but it's not my phrases. These are the phrases of Max Savchuk, CEO of L'Oréal Ukraine. We got a possibility to speak with him on Professors Day, the annual Professors Day. Unfortunately, this year it was impossible. So these are his phrases, but I like them very much. For the first, we live in a stormy period of global disruptions where everything is shifting very hard. We have to change and adopt everything we do in order to survive and prevail. And the third, the most significant, data is a new oil. As you know, all the previous centuries, dozens of years, world economy was graded on excavating of national resources, oil, gas, and other national resources, natural resources. Nowadays, data becomes the new oil. I will return back to this phrase a little bit later down here in this presentation. So we are moving forward. A rethinking of traditional approaches to doing business. Not every strength can be sought as a competitive advantage of the enterprise. It must receive consumer recognition without any cases. Optimization of internal business processes can no longer be a guarantee of gaining sustainable competitive advantages in the long perspective. Your customers decide.
Алло, привет, Саша.
Владимир Яковлевич, your sound is on.
Сейчас вот закончит.
Владимир Яковлевич, your sound is on.
После Андрея Васильевича, хорошо.
Issues of the modern competitive environment, mobilization of business. It's a reduction of time from new product release to copying by competitors. Reducing the duration of competitive advantages based on technological innovations. This is another issues which can be systematized. Oversaturation of the information environment and reducing the effectiveness of traditional means of marketing communication. Offline, online, as you know, digital society and customization of product offerings, knowledge economy formation, where e-commerce became the most significant instrument and channel of gaining your target market and target audience. So these are the issues which I would like to systematize. The crisis of world economic science. It's not only about the Ukrainian science. My colleague from the Department of Postgraduate Students Training have told us about that. It's not the time to speak about Ukrainian science, Polish science, and other country science. We are living in a one information world. So the world economic science has a great crisis for today because it is possibility to predict the trends of the real market processes develop. Too simplistic view on the real world through different models, etc., but improper attention to the customer as to the central figure of all market processes as we do as marketers. Assumptions about the rationality of consumer behavior. Many different theories, approaches were grounded on it. And at the beginning of the 21st century, they have shown us their impossibility to predict all the real trends in the real market environment. And marketing, as a science, has to be at the first place in this case, on my viewpoint. Data is a new oil. As I promised you, I return back to this phrase because I like it very, very, very much. What is it about? Access to a diverse array of information. Significant reduction of the cost of such information received. Changing the traditional roles of producer, intermediary, and customer. Some years ago, 1,000 years ago, intermediary was in the top of this channel. Now customer has to decide who is more appropriate for making choice in this variety of product and services on the market. Development of digital and internet marketing technologies and tools are another ground to this viewpoint. Besides that, task of modern marketing and level of at the level of enterprise management. Mission defining, not in a narrow production sense, but in a broad social aspect. All that we do, we are producing for the social environment as a part of market environment. Continuous improvement of the goods, services, and marketing activities in general. Finding something new, for example. Increasing of significance value of product offers for customers. Not price, but value. Something may be priceless, but value. Not price, but value. Marketing decisions making on the basis of their own goals and resource constraints, current and future needs of consumers and society at large. We have many examples from different scopes of business and branches of national economies where very powerful enterprises have stopped their activities because they didn't understood what is to be produced in the nearest or long-term future. Take into account an example of Nokia, for example. Challenges for modern marketing. It's also my viewpoint. I represent it for you. You can judge it as you wish, but cross-functional nature of marketing business processes and involvement of the representatives on non-marketing departments. They can be restricted within the department of marketing. In such case, no one would understand what are we going to do at the level of management of a particular enterprise. Strengthening the service component of doing business. Services, and services. Especially if to speak about the Ukrainian enterprises, which I feel a great lack of marketing budgets and budgeting in general. Transition from management of separate business processes or tools of a marketing mix, for example, to strengthening of a level of client orientation of all market activities of the enterprise totally. And not only yours, but your business partners in the channels of distribution as well. So we have a possibility to speak about logistics, modern logistics. Marketing and logistics are two in one, for example, because it can be it can begin together our business partners within the funnels of value production. So, as was said by the representatives of Scandinavian School of Marketing, marketing is too big to be done exclusively by marketers. This is the role of the internal marketing of the enterprise. This is another issue, which is very important, particularly for our Ukrainian enterprises, which are operating at the different markets for a long time or not so long time, or even if we are speaking about startups. Key characteristics of marketing management. Emphasizes on the behavior and needs of consumers and other market participants, predicting the trajectory of marketing environment. As I have told before, many different series approaches are not working. Dissemination of marketing principle of doing business at all levels of the enterprise management. Marketing cannot be held by the department of marketing. This is the cross-functional thing, cross-functional goals, cross-functional issues, and everything is very difficult. No simple tasks for today. Integration of all business functions into a single process that focuses on the consumer value creating, including logistics. Strong and flexible system of interfunctional coordination of enterprise activities. Increasing the value of intangible assets. Remember about your brands, yeah? Intangible assets based on the consumer attitudes to the brand. Loyal to the brand consumer is the main value for the marketers for today. I would like to highlight the last phrase, building chains, trust, devotion, loyalty. This is the only way to understand how to create a loyal consumer, customer in the future. Trust, devotion, loyalty. Permanent improvement. Promises making, promises keeping. Just 2-3 words about that, because I guess you know about this. It's also about the representatives of the Scandinavian School of Marketing. So the scope of traditional marketing is the promises making. We will buy the best quality goods from at our enterprise, which can be produced by our enterprise. But the scope of consumer loyalty formation is promises keeping, which involves the representatives of non-marketing departments of the enterprise and all the business partners in these channels. So I tried to be short. Thank you for your attention. Please contact me if you have any questions, proposals, etc. I represent a huge school of marketing. We have begun our marketing science in Ukraine. So this is the results of not only my scientific work. These are the results which are generalized. These are the results, scientific results of all of my department activities in the field of marketing theory. Thank you very much once again for the possibility to represent my thoughts about the essence of the modern theory in practice in the field of marketing and the current issues which can be occur in the nearest future. Thank you once again, dear colleagues.
Thank you very much, Andrei Vasilyevich. And your presentation about environment, about marketing is very innovation and amazing. We will hope to cooperate in the future. And
for sure.
Thank you very much. And I wish the progress in the research of marketing and logistics and management of marketing. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I will try to connect a little bit later.
See you later.
See you later. See you later.
See you. And next speaker, Professor Kendyukhov Alexander Volodymyrovich, the President of Association of Globalization of Science and Education Space-Time. Please, Alexander.
Thank you. Thank you. Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, шановні друзі, насамперед я щиро вітаю всіх учасників нашої потужної конференції. От імені Асоціації Space-Time бажаю яскравих відповідей на виклики для маркетингу, які висуває зараз пандемія ковіду. І сьогодні в багатьох вітальних словах, виступах було наголошено про поширення, посилення відповідних напрямків інтернет-технологій, цифрових комунікацій. Впевнений, що обмін думками, який сьогодні прозвучать на цій конференції, збагатить знаннями кожного з нас. На жаль, я не в змозі зараз виступити з доповіддю. Тези моєї доповіді вони в збірнику матеріалів є, бо в мене зараз йде саме в цей час екзамен. І я от проводжу в Moodle екзамен в університеті і зараз приймаю участь на конференції. Бажаю всім успіху, бажаю всім потужного здоров'я в наш складний час. От, а я після 2 годин постараюся долучитися до роботи конференції, тим паче, що так багато цікавих, потужних науковців, цікавих доповідей, моїх друзів. Ще раз всім успіху і здоров'я крепкого. Всього самого найкращого учасникам конференції і розвитку цієї конференції.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Alexander Kendyukhov. Your role is good. And next speaker, professor from Poland, Академія технічно-гуманістична в Бєлську-Бялій, Faculty of Management and Transport, Gonorata Chovanec. Please, Пані Гонората.
Hi, nice to meet you all. But as I said to you, I have the lessons now, so I think that I have to start these classes, and I will be later with you. But okay, if we are talking about can you hear me good? Do you hear me? Do you hear me good?
Yes, yes, we listen to you.
If we can talk about very short presentation, of course, I have this time for you. I prepared the presentation about the corporate social responsibility or responsibility of companies or social involvement, because we can talk about this in different way as a part of marketing strategy. I sent my presentation to organizers. I'm not sure if I have to open mine now or you use my presentation. I will try to share the screen. Okay.
We're waiting your screen.
Okay. Do you see my presentation?
One moment. Okay, it's visible.
It's I know that it's visible, but sometimes the slides stop on the first one and stay. So it is a little connected with the first topic about the modern marketing. I'm author one of book, social involvement as a part of marketing strategy of companies, because I believe also that we can't stop about the old marketing now, because people need the value, and we have to offer the value for the people, not on the products. What does it mean? I see some connection between corporate social responsibility or social involvement and marketing, because this concept is very famous. For example, what does it mean, this concept? According to the European Commission, the CSR is a concept whereby companies voluntarily take into account social and environmental protection in their strategies and activities, and when dealing with stakeholders. According to the CSR concept, a corporation is seen as serving the interest of a wide group of actors. Co-creating each post, for example, and these stakeholders as a partners who normally collaborate with the companies. So we can't talk only about the clients, because companies have to bring to value to others groups too, like investors, like a local community, like environment also. Some authors don't agree with this, but it is important too. About which groups we can talk, which groups are interested of the responsibility of companies. For example, customers, employees, suppliers, media, public administration, and the local community. So we can find the authors which said and highlighting this, that we have to build some responsibility of the brands. When you have a very strong brand, which is per se like a responsible brand, the investor wants to give us money, the customers want to buy our products, the
workers who want to work for our companies, etc., etc. So, of course, it's not very easy to answer for everything, and it's not very easy to agree with this, but we can ask these questions. For example, should companies think about CSR as a part of their strategy? If they should to take social responsibility as a part of normal strategy or also marketing strategy, what does it mean, this responsibility? Which differences we have between the companies which have normal old marketing and modern responsible marketing or value-based marketing? I have some conductions. It's not this presentation, so this slide was wrong. I have some results of researchers, of course, from Polish market, but according to these researchers, a lot of companies think that they are responsible, that they are engagement in the customer, and they offer the value product, and etc., etc. So relatively good if they think about themselves this way. But of course, I agree with this, because the Polish law is very strong. The Polish companies should to protect environment, should to have a lot of certificates, etc., etc. So it's not very bad. It's really relatively good. But a lot of them make only this what they have to do because of law. So how they perceive their activities in, for example, social responsibility area, but only according to customers, not all. So as we see, they grade themselves very good. They think that they have fair sale, fair advertising, they honest, they have poor rules of market games, etc. How perceive the same things customers? We have some differences, because customers don't think that enterprises are very honest, don't rate their sales and advertising as very fair. They probably are watching at this like a normal advertisement, which wants to, which is the tool to sell the products. That's all. It's not fair, but we want to only sell. When we want to see the differences between these answers, we can see that differences in a few areas are very, very big. For example, the poor rules of marketing games. Companies think that all is clear, all is fine. Customers think that not, that absolutely not, that they don't play poor and fair. Companies grade themselves as honest, that they are honestly. Customers don't grade this the same. They grade this this characteristic very low. Also, the factors as availability of complaining procedures. Customers grade this different than companies show in this statistics. So also the value of products is grade much more low than companies who want to see it. Sometimes maybe we can ask now why the customers see the same the same things in different way. Why we have such differences between the answers between the companies and customers? Maybe it's a lack of the information, lack of the knowledge. Maybe the companies try to take into account in their promotion. Maybe they don't say too much about their fair sales, their advertisement, etc., etc. But we have this differences. The customers grade the companies much more low than companies think about themselves alone. I really want to finish relatively quickly, but short conclusion. A lot of enterprises applying the CSR concept in this business practice, and they say that they really have the rules which we need when we want to say that if this company is responsible or not. But the and we can say that the CSR in Polish companies is relatively high because the basic rules of CSR are not so complicated, so it's normal for Polish conditions to have this in normal activity of companies. But customers grade this activity of companies much more low, much more weak than companies who want to say. The basic area when we have the very big differences between the answer is the rules of market gain, honesty of companies, availability of customers to customers of complaint procedures, how the product are valuable to customers, or fair sales and advertising. I think I haven't time to answer for this more. I haven't answered for each of these questions. I personally would like to see the companies who which be more responsible, who which be offer us the valuable product. When I would like to see the time when the product is a value for customer. The price is the value, the promotion is the value. So when the companies will be cooperate with the customers when they will be prepare the new product and each elements of marketing mix. But for the last slides, I have some jokes. It's okay. I don't know what in Ukrainian or other countries, but in Poland is very famous healthy food. So we can go to grocery and one service is with healthy food. I ask then, what is on the other service? It's not healthy food. Which kind of food we have in other service when we have only one serve of healthy food? So, of course, it is a little joke, but a joke or not a joke, I think that all food have to be healthy, not only on these special cells. Thank you for your attention. I hope you saw my own, all my slides, or not.
Okay, we see your slide.
First one or all?
Slajd, na którym jest zdrowa żywność.
Okay, thanks you. So it is the last slides. Thank you for your attention. I'm so sorry I have to start my lessons, but
thank you very much, dear Professor Honorata Chovanec. Your report and presentation is very advanced, and your research about sustainable development is very significant.
Thank you so much.
I hope we will research together again in next time, and thank you very much about your presentation. I propose everyone to...
I hope that this small voice we can change a little our environment.
Dziękuję bardzo pani honorata. Dla nas jest bardzo ważne i zaawansowane współpracować z wami, z pani. Dziękuję bardzo jeszcze raz. Everybody can write message in chat. Everybody, if us can to write questions, comments, and message about our conference. Next speaker, Professor Irena Jędrzejczyk from Akademia Techniczno-Humanistyczna w Bielsko-Białej. Pani profesor Irena Jędrzejczyk, are you here? Pani jest tu. Dobra, okay. Next speaker, PhD Admission Office International Students Coordinator Uniwersytet імені Марії Кюрі Складовської в Любліні, пан Тарас Бондаренко. Тема доповіді «Промоція та маркетингові дії університету направлені на пошук та прийом студентів в добу епідемії та локдауну». Будь ласка, пане Тарасе.
Good morning, dear colleagues. Dzień dobry, szanowni państwo. Доброго ранку, шановні колеги. It's a great pleasure to me to take part in this conference. Best greetings from Lublin, from Maria Curie Skłodowska University. Unfortunately, I have no time to prepare my topic in English, so I will speak in Ukrainian. Отож, хотів поділитися з вами кількома спостереженнями на тему промоції і маркетингових дій в цей час, в добу епідемії та локдауну. В зв'язку з епідемією не лише навчання, але перемістилось онлайн, але і всі промоційні і маркетингові дії. Досить складно зараз заохочувати студентів, показувати їм якісь переваги навчання в інтернеті, тому що університет завжди якби спостерігався як місце, де можна інтегруватися, де можна спілкуватися з іншими, і це певна така кухня. Тому на сьогоднішній день це видається досить складним. Якщо раніше ми активно їздили на виставки, виступали в школах, на профорієнтації, ну, можу сказати, що в сезон більше 70 виставок, які стосуються навчання. В такій кількості ми брали участь в Польщі і за кордоном, в всіх тих країнах, які нас цікавили. То на сьогоднішній момент всі регіональні виставки закрилися, які не мають змоги використовувати якісь технічні засоби більш заавансовані. Натомість існують виставки онлайн, які стосуються більше великих міст, великі виставки, але ефективність їх дуже низька. Ну, скажімо, я брав участь недавно в одній виставці, яка дуже сильно рекламувалась. Натомість, ну, в чаті в мене там 4 питання мені задали за цілий день. Це треба розуміти, коли ми приїжджаємо на виставку, то там десятки, сотні людей щодня, з якими ми спілкуємось. Тут люди мають вже пересит цієї інформації онлайну насамперед. Тому на сьогоднішній день недостатньо тільки перейти в онлайн чи розсилати, скажімо, там ньюслетер. Отож, що ми робимо на сьогоднішній момент? Ну, ми робимо віртуальні дні відкритих дверей. Намагаємось заохотити майбутніх студентів тим, що пропонуємо призи, пропонуємо якісь безплатні тренінги для того, щоб вони зареєструвались, записались. Ми проводимо серію також вебінарів. Проводимо їх польською, англійською, українською, російською мовами. Щомісяця проходить така серія вебінарів різними мовами. Вони спрямовані до учнів і батьків і розглядається питання від того, як ефективно навчатися онлайн, як використати цей час, до того, як психологічно собі порадити в такий складний час. Ну і, звичайно, що традиційні також є вебінари, які стосуються нових напрямків навчання чи правил прийому на навчання. Але проблема, яку ми бачимо, вона не є лише в перенесенні промоції чи в створенні якоїсь промоції в інтернету, а в тому, як зацікавити абітурієнтів і батьків, які мають алергію, певно, так, до всіх цих подій, як їх зацікавити, коли комп'ютер і так присутній зранку до вечора, як їх зацікавити брати участь в таких подіях, тим більше зацікавити батьків, які дуже часто такі рішення приймають. Отож, ми використовуємо також систему непрямої промоції, так званої. Ну, наприклад, що це може бути? Ми співпрацюємо з партнерськими школами, з якими підписуємо таку комплексну умову і достосовуємося до їхніх потреб. Тобто в нашій пропозиції понад 100 тем лекцій, які ми можемо запропонувати цим школам. В тому числі це лекції англійською мовою. Також це є тренінги в залежності від зацікавлень. Це може бути тренінг по телебаченню, по радіо, по медіапродукції, по графіці, по теорії ігор. Дуже багато також тут широка можливість. Також ми проводимо уроки не лише для учнів, але й для вчителів з можливістю підвищити їхню кваліфікацію. Це теж дуже добре зустрічається, відбирається вчителями. Ми також проводимо для іноземців безплатні уроки польської мови. Також проводимо безплатні уроки англійської мови для, скажімо, польських учнів шкіл. І таким чином заохочуємо їх слідкувати за нашими подіями, підписуватись на наші канали в Ютубі, в інтернеті. Ми є на Фейсбуку, там, скажімо, для білоруських, російських студентів ВКонтакті. Є в нас групи по факультетах студентів, іноземних студентів. Тобто є дуже багато груп за інтересами, де вони спілкуються, і через ці канали ми намагаємося пізніше їх підключати до наших подій. У нас також є можливість для шкіл провести такі тренінги з профорієнтації. Тобто є професійні психологи, які проводять тестування для дітей протягом цілого дня. Це дуже інтенсивний такий напружений день, де вони за допомогою психологічних тестів визначають професію. Так, і пізніше зрозуміло, що ми можемо вже їм радити в межах тих здібностей, які вони мають, які з наших спеціальностей вони можуть вибирати. Ми проводимо також відкриті лекції з зірками науки, з зірками знаними, відомими польськими людьми. Вони називаються Santander Meet UMCS, де ми запрошуємо відомих в Польщі людей, які можуть зібрати аудиторії великі. Тобто до пандемії це було, в нас тут приїжджали ці люди, натомість тепер ми зрозуміло, що перевели це в онлайн. Але є й перевага в цьому, тому що, скажімо, люди, яких хотіли бачити наші студенти, а ми не могли їх запросити, тому що або це було надто дорого, або вони мали надто загружений графік, в онлайн вдалося цих людей запросити, тобто це простіше. І це також відповідь на питання, як буде виглядати майбутнє, навіть якщо епідемія закінчиться. На мій погляд, дуже багато речей, зв'язаних з онлайном, залишиться. Скажімо, запрошення професора зі Сполучених Штатів зробити лекцію на нашому університеті. Зрозуміло, що це буде простіше, якщо цей професор буде вести цю лекцію онлайн. І дешевше, і простіше, і швидше. Просто це транслюється в аудиторію, де студенти можуть слухати його лекцію. Так само конференції, якісь спікери можуть підключатися онлайн, тобто це може бути змішано онлайн-офлайн, так би мовити. Коротко, що ще ми робимо? Ми робимо такі події, як Point UMCS. Це студенти наші закордонні і польські роблять події, лекції, школення, тобто тренінги в онлайні, і з чого може кожен скористатися. Вони розповідають про свою історію успіху, які в них зацікавлення і як вони себе в цьому реалізують. Ми робимо віртуальні дні науки. От найближчий буде в наступному році. Ми в вересні збираємось туди кількох нобелівських лауреатів запросити. Надіємося, що він буде вже проходити в нормальному режимі, так, і запрошую при оказії долучитися до цих віртуальних днів науки. Надіюсь, не віртуальних, до днів науки, так. Також ми робимо для іноземних студентів різні конкурси. Наприклад, один з конкурсів, який ми зараз будемо проводити, називається «Європа – це ми» для іноземних студентів. Там перевіряються їхні знання мови, історії Європи, культури і у вигляді брейн-рингу. Так? І головний приз там буде – це можливість виграти безкоштовне навчання в нашому університеті. У нас зараз психологи роблять вебінари, які називаються, наприклад, «Як приготуватися до першої сесії», допомагають студентам, якщо вони мають якісь психологічні проблеми, як собі це все поукладати, так, поскладати. І інші речі, скажімо, які ми намагаємося робити опосередковано, так, тобто, якщо людина вже її зацікавила якась із наших подій, вона зрозуміло вже підписується і потім слідкує за всіма нашими подіями. Отож, підсумовуючи коротко, онлайн-промоція, вона не є прямим замінником традиційної. Тут більша конкуренція за увагу абітурієнтів, за увагу батьків, які мають вже певну алергію на всі онлайни. Тому, на мій погляд, непряма промоція є тим, що допомагає притягнути студентів у цей нелегкий час. І дуже важлива тут є креативність для того, щоб залучити студентів до навчання. Дякую за увагу.
Дякую, шановний пане Тарасе. Дійсно, онлайн-промоція є зараз надзвичайно актуальною, і вона буде чинити вплив в майбутньому, коли вже закінчаться ці умови пандемії. Thank you very much. And I propose next speaker Сапінський Олександр. Вища школа фінансів і права в Бєльську-Білій, Польська. Topic social responsibility and NGO in the area of labor market security in the Euro region.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be with you all via online. I will share my screen with you. My presentation is very short, 5 minutes. I hope you see it all.
Okay.
The topic is the social responsibility and the cooperation between NGO, so non-governmental organizations, in the area of labor market security in the Euro region. I have conducted research for 5 years in my NGO called Beskid Ecological Production and Tourism Association, BestProEco, and at my university. It was about the labor market security and social exclusion. Well, I have wondering why all the enterprises were very happy to cooperate with our NGO, which was divided into 2 units. One was the ecological production and tourism, and one was the social integrated center. I have told you about that in June during our webinar that maybe some of you were participant in that. As I said, I was wondering why they were so happy to cooperate with us, because they need people to work, they need specialists, and in some case, I think that, you know, the small companies, they might even don't realize that they were realizing or creating first steps, doing some first steps in corporate social responsibility, and they were building this policy of social responsibility in their companies. So I think this was quite impressive, you know, and quite wonderful from the practical point of view. That's why I want to show you the results and show you my point of view. As my previous speaker told about the corporate social responsibility, we all know this concept, but I think that yes, the next slide, how we can, I hope that I will be able to show you next slide. Wait a minute. Yes, now. No, I think that the corporate social responsibility is now more like the whole bag of good values that can create tools for pro-social and pro-economic tasks to establish also more institutions of the social economy in our countries, in Poland, in Ukraine, in Slovakia. We cooperate with Slovakian NGOs and some public organizations. So I think that it's very, very important to see the values that are behind the acronym CSR. As I said, the values during the deliberations on labor market security and the impact of CSR of the small companies on this labor market securities, me and my team established three not very innovative values, but very important values that some of small companies, some of small enterprises in the area region Beskid, because I'm from Bielsko-Biała School of Finance and Law, and the Bielsko-Biała is a part of area region Beskid. We sometimes forgot about the values that are very simple, that are quite old, and as I said, not very innovative, because now I think many researchers, many companies, governments, NGOs, and so on, we are in some race for innovation, and once more innovation. I'm not saying it's bad, it's very good, yes, but this mega trend is sometimes forgetting what's very good and established, and might be some fundamentals for the innovative research or practice. So we think that those three extremely important values of corporate social responsibility practice that is important for labor market, especially local labor market security in one country, or as I said, in our region, Beskid, three countries is trust, after that respect, and reciprocity. You know, the mutual respect for each other. Why I think those three values are important? Because as we all know, dealing with the marketing research, the trust is the primary value, not only for customers, but also in the labor market, so between employee and employer, and between employees and employers that want to cooperate with people who are or were excluded socially or professionally. So it's in some ways I see the new beginning for CSR in the areas of social exclusion, but not in the traditional way that we could see in previous years, at least in Poland. I don't know how it works in Ukraine, but in Poland there were some charity works, some educational works, yes, some workshops, but what's important, it's not doing only some we could say light work, but we need some hard work. So the cooperation built on this three values, but in the hard way between employees, between NGO, the employees, the social excluded, and employers. It's the companies. It's extremely important to dig deeper in the whole concept of CSR if we are talking about labor market. You know, in Poland, we were going for shortcuts for many years because we didn't dig in our labor market. We simply say, hello, come to us, people from different countries, and it was not very good for our labor market, for our professional education, and for the development in the waves of sustainability also. During our research, we also think we also have some conclusion that the effects of the cooperation between some values and ideas of CSR for the local companies and between NGOs can be divided into two dimensions. First is cultural dimension. This cultural dimension might be also can be also called as a mental dimension, because we need to change our thinking about some cases, about some people, about some concepts, but in the very important thing is the cultural background. For example, I showed you the comment on the effects of the cooperation between yes, the enterprise, NGO in the way of social exclusion. And the second dimension, of course, is economic dimension. So the effective investment of public funds, of private funds, by given by the companies, and to build the potential, the human, the intellectual, and the social capital of the region for the very effective way to also improve the region in potential investments for the potential investors to come. The pictures shows in here is for the conclusion, because the CSR needs to be built now on values, as it says by the goal of sustainable development number 16 years. So build partnerships for the goals of sustainable development. So one of them is to the goal number 10 is to deal with social exclusion, and so on and so on. but to deal with it without digging deeper in the whole idea of social responsibility, from my point of view, will be not very effective. So we can simply discuss, we can write books, but without hard work, it will be useless. In the picture, you can see people who were doing some works, and they work after the whole program of social exclusion, the great job, the great work between companies and NGOs. They also build their own very small company that is dealing with small retention. So you know the good work that was done, that was, you know, this digging in the CSR, what can we do more, brings us more good. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for this, that I could share my point of view with you. The contact, as you can see, is via email or via ResearchGate. I also cooperate and work at our university with Professor Krykawski, with Professor Ilyashenko, and with docent Sergei Kasyan. So we can contact also, I hope, in person one day. Thank you once more.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alexander Sapinski. According to us, topic social responsibility is very actually, and it's very important. Thank you very much, and we will planning to develop our cooperation in the next 21 years. Thank you very much. Next report presentation is Mikhail Krikunov, and topic role and destiny of personas, ideas, and will in marketing. Please, Mr. Mikhail. Okay, it's visible.
Okay, wonderful. Good almost afternoon, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. As far as I understand right now, we have quite limited time remained for our presentations, so we decided to jump through the prepared slides and to present you the general idea. So I would like to start up from the small notions that we as a marketing scientists have befolded problems or danger in our job. The first is to stay in the past without looking into possible futures. And the second is to talk about the future without exact understanding of what past led us to the present. Because the more precise and detailed understanding of the past we have, the higher chances we have for predicting the detailed and realistic future. So that's why I'd like to start up from this small joke, the very eminent figure in the history of marketing study, Dr. Eric Shaw, whom I will mention many times during the presentation, told sometimes the question, what is the difference between garbage and the history of garbage? The answer, garbage is garbage, but the history of garbage, that's a scholarship. That's really a good idea how to jump in maybe studying the marketing and the real understanding what it is, to look to the past, because I'd like to tell you that we have a long list of discoveries we can make in the past of marketing. So what we are planning to cover right now, what is the marketing body of knowledge as a continuously evolving field? We'll make just a small glimpse into the role of key authors and ideas in the process of marketing innovation. Then we will move to the pace of a progress. Is here any kind of conflict or collaboration between practice and the science, academia? And we will finish with the possible directions and recommendations for further research in the field. So what marketing body of knowledge is, as a practitioner, marketer, and from one side, an academician from another side, working at Kyiv Business School, I'm very often met with the situation when people are asking for what is the body of knowledge, because what is the body of knowledge in physics or in math is evident, is well known. But what is the marketing body of knowledge? Does it exist? Yes. The answer, short answer is, it exists. It is a continuously renewed information base. And from the other side, it is an access to a live practical experience and cases. From that point of view, the body of knowledge is not something unevenly distributed among all practitioners or academicians in the world who are studying or making marketing. It is the body of knowledge, a knowledge base, which serves as a platform for professional discussion, and which is more important, even more important, which is a system for professional qualification, assessment, and certification. The question is, who are the keepers of this body of knowledge? Two organizations, mainly two organizations, professional associations in the world are responsible for this. First of all, it is a Chartered Institute of Marketing, founded in 1911, so more than 100 years of existence and largest community of marketers globally, and the AMA, the American Marketing Association. I'm proud of being member of both of them, and what is important, they are keeping the marketing body of knowledge as a basis for certification process, which is very important. For us and for our Polish friends, it's very pleasant detail is that the Questus Polska, founded by Professor Robert Kozelski, is possibly the best in Europe examination body of Chartered Institute of Marketing, which is good. So why and how this marketing body of knowledge is developing and kept valid and actionable? We have so-called tale of two tribes. One tribe is so-called pure marketing practitioners, and the second tribe is pure marketing academics. My thesis is that it's a very wrong idea. It's impossible and very bad effort to separate practice from the academic knowledge in marketing. Let's look in the timeline we prepared together with Professor Kasian for marketing, development of marketing theory. So we have a very well documented and presented in a variety of textbooks periodization, so-called eras of marketing: production era, sales era, which constituted a first traditional paradigm in marketing, traditional paradigm. The founding of the field in the years of 1920 to formalizing the field, which was almost finished to the beginning of 50s. then the transaction marketing era and societal marketing era, which is still active, which we saw through the presentation our colleagues already made in this conference. It was a second paradigm, the macro to micro paradigm shift happened to the beginning of 60s. Then started the relationship marketing era, which continued till the 80s, and it was the beginning of broadening or generic boundary expansion paradigm started by Professor Philip Kotler. And now we have a continuous collaborative marketing era, which is featured with a constant fragmentation of the field. We have dozens of different marketings and efforts in every possible industry. So that happens internet, you know, and almost everything changed. So it was the starting of marketing system paradigm, but it wasn't started in the year of 2000. It started much more earlier, which is important. Let's look how the marketing technology landscape looking right now. It is the software, it's the apps existing right now and used by the marketers to perform their function in the all this universe of internet. Incredible 8,000 of apps, adding 2,000 to 3,000 more every year. So it is the very good ground for beginning of different ideas, different theories, even fads. What is fad? A fad trend or craze such as Rubik Cubicle or Pokemons is any form of collective behavior that develops within a culture or generation or social groups in which a group of people enthusiastically, very quickly follow an impulse for a finite period of time. It is fastly, almost instantly starting and very fast finishing. Is any fad theory in marketing? Yes, it is. A fad theory is generalization which promise a breakthrough results but under-deliver in reality. It is rapidly and enthusiastically accepted before contradicting facts and conclusions became evident. So I've prepared this crazy slide showing you how many theories, that are not all of them, exist right now in the two very closely cooperating fields. It is almost the same, management and marketing. And at the very top, I placed the cloud of facts. Let's look how many of them became true fads, many of them. I was lazy enough not to present here all possible discussions and so on. So we see how many theories, which is danger, we are translating to the students in the classrooms are not really theories which were proved with the time. Many of them are fads, and to distinguish fads from a true theory, we have to look in the past. So many approaches to study the history of marketing thought were developed by Professor Robert Bartels, which is a main figure in a study of history of marketing thought. He has a prominent book called The History of Marketing Thought, and second edition was printed in 1962. The first approach is to study ideas and concepts. Perhaps it is the most obvious and relevant approach. And we have studies like Hollander and Fullerton. It is a marketing concept, shows the 4 utilities concept, Second is the study of schools of marketing thought. The most well-known is a study and research of Yagdish Shed, much more well-known in our country for his studies in B2B consumer behavior sequence. He found 12 different schools and 4 different categories. The third is a disciplinary study of marketing approach. It is a history of associations, organizations, and journals identified with the marketing within a marketing discipline. Very interesting field, by the way, very weakly presented, if at all, in Ukraine. And the last one is a study of biography of pioneer scholars in the marketing discipline and their contributions. We decided to make an exclamation point on this fourth approach and to present you some glimpse into people, into the individuals and the destiny of their ideas and their influence on marketing. So I will start with 2 professors, with 2 larger figures in contemporary marketing. It is Professor Michael J. Baker, who founded probably the best school of marketing in Europe in Strathclyde University, UK, at Glasgow, and who for a very long time was chair and president of Academy of Marketing and national chairman, UK national chairman of the Chartered Institute of Marketing. He was personally responsible for marketing body of knowledge creation and continuation of the efforts of making it actual. He is author and editor of more than 50 books. But the question is, how many of these books are really in use by the scholars, by the practitioners? Not many. Why? Even his wonderful marketing book, which I have on my table, is probably outdated because the field is still developing very fast. So this body of knowledge is very difficult to fix, to make it once and forever actual. The second figure is Professor Theodore Levitt, who was for a long time the chief editor of Harvard Business Review, and who wrote down and released in 1962 probably the best and well-known and most influential article in the marketing from all the ages, for all the time of development of marketing. It is a marketing myopia, in whom mistakenly very often is taken as an author of product life cycle concept. He is not an author. He was a popularizer of this concept. The true unbelievably strong impact he made on the marketing and on strategies and on management is his question: what business are you in? It is from his marketing myopia work. And even the marketing myopia 2.0 point right now is considered as a new theory, because a number of researchers of marketing field right now considering that too narrow a focus on customer to the exclusion of other stakeholders, which is supporting the idea of Alexander Sapinski, contributes the next marketing myopia. We have to look at the broader outside broader field of stakeholders of a business. Who developed the PLC idea? The Roy Alderson, probably the most underestimated and less well-known person in our countries. Roy Alderson was a practitioner who wrote down his brilliant work, Marketing Behavior and Executive Action, edited in 1957, and he expressed the idea that the pattern of consumer behavior should be recognized, which was performed by an unbelievably strong researcher, Professor J. Forrester, who was a son of farmer, all his life working with the cows, and a very strong mathematician who was a father of so-called system dynamics, who, by the way, as a matter of his just a side interest, developed the product life cycle as we knew it. So the past contains very interesting details. So next person is Philip Kotler, who has his own controversy. It is the only one marketer globally who has a postage stamp printed in a state, by a large state, by the Indonesia, celebrating his birthday. You know, he's the most prominent author on marketing globally. He is a gifted writer. He is a trend watcher, influencer, but he just added a new glimpses, new direction to marketing. Never was dealing with any kind of instruments of marketing, but he enlarged marketing. The most important contribution of him is broadening the concept of marketing, which is one of the best input in the development of the market. Next two persons are Everett Rogers, whose theory of diffusion of innovation developed in 1962. We are using almost daily, and it is the prominent authors for all the innovation diffusion literature. He wasn't a marketing at all. He was a communication theorist and looking and sociologist, looking at what's happening in the communication. But we know that without communication, both fields, management and marketing, could not exist at all. And it was taken very seriously, and we are using all these 5 types of consumer behavior without asking very often ourselves, does this curve smooth enough when one group of consumer came to another group of consumer? And his more contemporary continuator, Mr. Geoffrey Moore, who is not academic at all. He was and still is American organizational theorist, management consultant, and author, first of all, who wrote so-called a Bible of B2B marketing, the Crossing the Chasm, and who showed that it is some chasms between the groups which should make us considering the market not as a unified system. It is a sequence of totally different markets to take control over every part. We have considering and applied a totally different efforts. Okay, so it is an example how the theory then is precise and make more actionable by the practice. Another part is Ulrice and Jack Trout, who were not academicians at all. They were marketing executives, And they made an incredible, a very profound input in marketing theory, writing down and formulating the idea of positioning. Even in the further separate individual practical existence, they continued the positioning approach, and it was so strong to make them one of the most influential figures in the marketing at all. So not only academics are making marketing, the practitioners are very influential, very important in this field. But the process is difficult. Let's make, as an example, the life and efforts of this triad of Professor Paros Serman from University of Maryland, Valerie Zeitaml from Kennenflager Business School, and Leonard Berry from the Texas A&M University, who formed in 1983 a very mighty idea of SERVQual. So this system of gaps in delivering of the service quality. Since that time, there were more than 100 separate research attempts to find some gaps in their understanding, gaps in this system, to destroy the logic made by academicians. The results are for nothing. Hard work made by this triad, a lengthy testing, wave of criticism, but almost immediate implementation and practice made this instrument, a SERVQual questionnaire, de facto standard for the service industry. Pay attention on that fact. So only through practice, ideas became industry standards. So
let's look,
your turn.
Let's look, Christopher Lovelock. I speak shortly because we have a little time. As for think about Christopher Lovelock, we have a few questions. Where the services marketing in search of a new paradigm and fresh perspectives? He attained a PhD from Stanford University, publishing his thesis on the topic of marketing public transportation. His last academic publication, Services Marketing, People, Technology, Strategy, 6th edition, so after it, together with Johan Wiers, has been translated into 10 languages. You can imagination it, 10 language. It's very, very good books. Other books include Product Plus, Marketing Challenge, and Public and Non-Profit Market. Please, next slide. And I can speak about Kevin Lane Keller. Think about Kevin Lane Keller, we have a questions. What is important? Marketing strategy and planning of branding. He's Osborne Professor of Marketing at the Tuck School of Business and Dartmouth College. He teaches MBA courses on marketing management and strategic brand management and lectures. Previously, Professor Keller was on the faculty of Stanford University, where he also served as the head of the marketing group. Next slide. A specific research interest. We can speak about his interests. The editorial review boards of journals. His research has been published in 3 of the major marketing journals, and Journal of Marketing, Journal of Marketing Research, and Journal of Consumer Research. He also has served on the editorial review board of the journal. He has been on the faculty of University of California at Berkeley, at the University of Carolina and Chapel Hill, been a visiting professor at Duke University and the Australian Graduate School of Management, and has 2 years of industry experience as marketing consultant of Bank of America. Professor Keller's general area of expertise lies in marketing strategy and planning and branding. Thus, Professor Keller research, systematic research, marketing strategy and branding. His specific research interest is in how understanding theories and concepts related to consumer behavior can improve marketing strategy. Next slide. Please, Mikhail.
So, as you see, it is a constant conflict or collaboration between these two groups, practical people, practical marketers and academic marketers. So the path of progress. So the discussion is, are researchers' will and imagination and necessary factors shaping creation and diffusion of innovation in marketing theory and practice? We do believe that it is a strong impact on both, on the diffusion and innovation of the generation ability of a theorist, as well as to the practical results industry could get from this theory. What is innovation, imagination in that sense? It is impossible to build a sound theory in marketing without curiosity and open mindset, essential for combining unexpected elements in working model in a present very fast changing complex context. The will of researcher, it is almost hopeless to expect implementation and dissemination of research results without readiness to work hard in a wave, as Csikszentmihalyi formulated, relying on the desire to get results on and practicing resilience. Resilience is the best possible feature we could practicing to get the results. But the practice first, not theory first, practice first. Without instructors' practical engagement into real life of marketing, the teaching of marketing became just scholastic experience. Please remember this, because through practice, marketing is accepting or rejecting the theoretical building. So possible directions and recommendation for further research. I placed here the cover of Marketing Theory, Evolution and Evaluation, wonderful book written by Chet Gardner and Garrett, which is which has some very good ideas for this. First field to study is what new schools of thought and marketing appeared after this book, after the Chet. Tried to label, categorize, and score this in effort to improve the understanding of marketing evolution. It's still evolving field and will be for a long time. In what ways the growing universe of MarkTech, I showed you an 8,000 of it. Next year it will be 10, I trust. Depends on the marketing thought. How team approach and Zoom existence of researchers are influencing generation of new theories in marketing. You know, we are right now sitting in every particular offices, but we have to communicate. We have to communicate productively. We have to generate it in collaboration without limiting to our personal spaces. So I'd like to finish with the words of Eric show that perhaps the most practical value of history for students of marketing comes from its unique ability to provide a framework for building and integrating knowledge. And I would like to congratulate the chair of marketing of Dnipro Polytechnics with the 20th anniversary, and wishing all of us all the successes in the future in this wonderful field of marketing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mikhail. I propose to academic teachers of Ukraine and Poland, which are here, to introduce discipline history of marketing thought in your university. It's very important discipline. Okay, and we will change next study of our conference. Next study is competitive of advertising. Moderatory are docent of Department of Marketing, Dnipro University of Technology, Коваева Tatiana Volodymyrovna, Head of the Department of International Language of Dnipro University of Technology, Professor Kostricka Svetlana Ivanivna, and the docent of Department of International Language, Dnipro University of Technology, Zuyinok Irina Ivanivna. Please moderate next study of our conference.
Thank you very much. Good morning to good afternoon to everyone. I'm pleased to welcome you at the 16th conference. And let's cover the most vital points on today's agenda. And the first points on today's agenda is the contest of the students' social advertisement. And this year, the theme of the contest was very wide. We all know that it is pandemic time. And is this global pandemic time for the planet to pause, to act consciously, to stop hate? Following the outbreak of COVID, is there perhaps a unique, once in generation opportunity to reboot, reassess, and re-evaluate what really matters in our work, our lives, our entire relationships with the planet even. And we should take responsibility for our thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. And as usually, our contest of social advertisement is presented in two formats: video advertising and print advertising. So now I would like to propose you to get acquainted with the print advertising. And I try to share my video. Please be attentive, because you should choose one of the advertisement and vote during our conference. I will send you link into chat, and also you will get a QR code that you should to scan, and then choose only one in each format. One moment. So is it visible, my screen?
Yes.
It is our first participant, so we don't tell you the name, because you should choose only by your heart that you like most of all. Second advertisement. We should take care of our planet. We should use less plastic. Also, we should keep our water, not to lose our water. Next one. Protect our earth. So we know that now pandemic time, and we should keep distance, but also keep social connection. It's the next one advertisement of our participants.
Next one. Our life, before quarantine and after. Quarantine, it is not the reason to stop, to put our life on pause. Next one, participant propose their vision on the fishing in 2015. And also another maybe vision of them, a topic to act consciously, so that we shouldn't buy great appliance. We shouldn't buy great equipment without a fiscal receipt. Another advertising. Please be attentive. Also, you will see them in the link that I will send a little bit later in chat, and also I will show you a QR code that you can scan. Keep our nature, save our nature. Use environmentally friendly materials. Pandemic, life on pause or not? And the last one. So I hope that you really appreciate the works of our students. And now we shift to video advertising. Also, I will show you all works of our students. And after this, you can vote during the conference. Please, also, I would like to ask you to vote for the advertisement of our students by 3 p.m. because at 3 p.m. We will stop voting. And then at the end of our conference, we will present our winners in 2 nominations, in 2 formats, video and print advertising. And now we move to our video. Also, I try to share my screen. So first video.
Привіт. Ну що, розповідай. Ми залишалися разом, незважаючи на відстань. І кілометри не завадили нам кохати. Хтось тримався за гарне тіло, а дехто за свою роботу. Ми прагнули здобувати нові знання. І не забували про своїх рідних. Ми просто залишалися разом. Тож, карантин не привід ставити життя на паузу.
So the next one. So please, less plastic, use less plastic. And the last one, so we hope that you really like and appreciate works of our students. And now I will show you the QR code that you can use for the voting. So please scan it with your mobile phone. And also I will send this link to chat. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes. So please scan this code, QR code. And please vote until 3 o'clock, because at 3 p.m. we will close the voting. So thank you for your attention. And now it is time to begin our conference and to pass to our reports. And by tradition, our conference will be conducted by our students. Today it will be our one of the best student fourth year student, Mariana Suryanina. Mariana, you are welcome.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. It's my great pleasure to meet you all here on our annual conference, Majesty of Marketing. And I can say that more than 100 students and junior researchers from different cities and countries participated in our annual conference. So the reports will be devoted to very relevant and popular issues on theme of marketing, which are relevant in Ukraine. So, and I'd like to remind you that duration of your report shouldn't exceed 7 minutes. Otherwise, we will have to stop you. And if we keep to the agenda, I hope that we will finish by 3 or 4 o'clock. And guys, please don't forget to participate actively in discussions, ask questions. By the way, here we have a chat in the Zoom, and you can also ask everything you want right here. So I think that everyone are ready, and I'd like to wish you good luck to all the participants. Hope we will have productive work today. So let's begin. And now please welcome our first participant on our virtual stage, Adamska Alisa from our university, Dnipro University of Technology, with the report, A Human Experience in Marketing. Please welcome.
Thank you, Mariana. Just a second, I will demonstrate my screen, will share my screen. So, So, thank you for this opportunity to speak up and present my topic today, and I think we can begin right away. Today, my research topic is human experience in marketing, and in my report, I will introduce the theme, the topic, why human-centered approach is essential. In the main body, I will explain how human experience can be elevated in marketing, support my arguments with some case studies and some real-life experience of this approach, and then we'll jump on to conclusion. So first of all, why human-centered approach is essential. In the pursuit of efficiency in digital promotion, many enterprises did not consider the human-centered approach as the most important one. However, with COVID-19 global pandemic changing common marketing beliefs and concepts, and technology being the primary conduit for communication and interaction during lockdowns, people are increasingly craving human connection. As a result, instead of highlighting customer experience as their prime marketing approach, the companies emphasize the importance of human experience at their promotion strategies. In a survey conducted by Deloitte Insights, a rising tendency of customer engagement and active participation was discovered. As you can see per the figure 1, more than half of those surveyed participated in at least one brand conversation during the past year. I should say that 7,506 customers across 4 countries were surveyed in order to find out how much, how often, and in which forms people were participated in brands activity. This figure shows that 15% took part in the deepest forms of engagement, namely providing a direct input on design. The majority chose the digital forms of participations, obviously, such as community size, social media activity, online feedback, or posting visual content. This study illustrates that consumers' interest in assisting companies and engaging in their activity gradually increases, I would say even dramatically increases. It also proves that customers nowadays are interested in receiving not only a product or a service, but also a certain experience with their purchase. So development of human-centered approach in marketing decisions requires looking at this approach through 3 different human lenses: knowing customers, knowing the goals of the customers, and knowing how the customer achieve their goals. This can be accomplished in several steps. First of all, real buyers and customers need to be interviewed. These interviews give companies a unique opportunity to identify and understand people's goals and motivations and then implement this knowledge. Secondly, companies should create in-depth customer portraits. They serve as archetypal representations and are able to guide the informed decisions related to digital and human interactions. And the third stage is focusing on the real goals buyers and customers pursue. The purpose is to grasp the true motivation when it comes to buying. And the analysis tools that can be implemented to gain this knowledge is behavioral insight research and mental models. So this gives the companies an opportunity to see their product or service and needs they satisfy from a customer's perspective. And the final stage is employment of the use of analysis technique such as scenario design. Scenario design represents how personas face daily challenges, providing a useful insight on people's goal-oriented behavior. And this insight can lead to creation of very specific content and targeted content, or sales enablement, or even both. So now I'd like to present some real life examples of this human-centered approach. First one is Avatar. It's a new communication technology which is helping tech-forward companies respond to COVID-19 travel restrictions. The Avatar is a remote presence platform created by San Francisco startup iMeef. It deploys the latest virtual reality technology to transport users to a remote location in real time, providing a new and effective substitute for travel. So this Technology provides a new alternative for business people who find themselves suddenly unable to visit facilities worldwide. And by doing that, they address this problem of current travel restrictions worldwide. A second is IKEA and its research and design lab Space 10. They launched an online platform to explore the ways tomorrow's technologies redefine the way we live at home. It is explorative, surprising, and playful experiments which can be perceived on the platform, and they demonstrate how our homes can be experienced in extraordinary ways through the means of technology. These experiments focus on AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, augmented reality, and cutting-edge spatial intelligence. This experience include an augmented reality room editor that allows the user to virtually explore its interior, to change the interior and try out new furniture without really lifting a finger in real life. And last but not the least is the Chobani Incubator, which is a program for companies taking on broken food systems to bring better food to more people. In addition to investment, they give up startup access to their network and expertise in order to scale up their operations and share in its growth. So to sum up, I would like to say that reimagining a company to be more human often starts with empathetic leadership. This means listening to people and, most importantly, understand and address what matters most to them. So in order to be relevant and essential to their customers, brands should embrace their role as customer champion and broaden it to become human champion. Thank you for your attention, and I'm open to your questions if you have any.
Thank you. Can I ask a question?
Yes, of course.
Alisa, so first of all, thank you very much for your report, for choosing the theme, which is really interesting and new and challenging. And it seems as if choosing such a topic, you made us rub our minds. Looking carefully to what you have said, I would like you to emphasize on the difference, because when you're talking about the approach, you're talking maybe about the design. What is the difference in between the user-centered design and human-centered design? We are users. You are humans. We are humans. So what is the difference between these?
Thank you for your question. It's a really good one because many people can really see no difference between it. The way I can explain it, user-centric design could be taken as less emotionally oriented, emotionally empathetic approach, whereas human-centric design focuses primarily on our feelings, on customers' feelings, on their psychological preferences, and user-centric designs is focused primarily on the physiological needs, on tangible ways users interact with a platform, product, or service. And as I said, human-centric design is more about feelings and what really matters to people.
Mm-hmm. As a future marketer, you are dreaming of practicing on our psychology?
Yes.
Physical needs, on our feelings? Okay, dangerous people, I should say. So how can human-centered approach be used in surveys or in interviews, because these methods are used by marketers, right?
Yes. Yeah, thank you. In interviews,
this approach in the surveys and in the interviews.
Mm-hmm. Really easily, it should be started with reframing the questions, because during surveys and interviews, people who are surveyed can really easily feel the pressure of some kind of a test maybe or exam, and by reframing the question and focusing on their needs, on their motivations and their problems, should be really easily should really become more human-centered approach in it. So for example, instead of asking how we can change our product or service for better, because it's a very vague question and people don't usually understand how they can answer it, we can say how we can or did the alterations made to the product or service help you with your struggle, like getting late to work, or helped you with your children's homework. So in this question, we highlight the problem and the solution to the problem which people are facing daily.
Okay, tricky, yeah, tricky things.
Yes.
Thank you. And very interesting. I'm greatly interested in the companies, I mean, Ukrainian companies, because you have given the examples, not of our companies, some international ones, Ukrainian companies with human-centered approach. Are there any with a human-centered approach in Ukraine?
I can name just one company that really popped up in my mind. I really need to maybe make more research on this topic, but now I'm thinking about the the network of shops for technology and devices, Citrus. They have, apart from their huge network of shops, they have also Citrus Academy, which is like a platform. They give lectures, they give the opportunity for people to share knowledge and to receive knowledge. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the experience people receive in addition to their purchase.
Okay, and my suggestion is to energize you to continue this research.
Okay.
I would like to invite the second-year student, Alisa Adamskaya, to give presentations in the first-year groups of students, for them to be interested, because this year, they are too shy to participate. They are watching, they are listening, they are present. I have seen the participants, but they are not participating yet. Maybe they will be brave enough to ask questions. I inspire you to ask questions. Ask questions. Alisa is always ready to answer. She's the winner of all Ukrainian competition, language competition last year. We are so proud of her.
Thank you, thank you. So any questions?
There will be in the classroom, a bit late, in our online classroom.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Alisa.
Thank you.
Okay, so if there are no more questions, I must say, like, thank you, Alisa. Your presentation was really very interesting, and the topic and like the building of presentation really very well oriented, detail oriented. So thank you. And now, please welcome our next participant, Stepanovich Valeria, from Alfred Nobel University, with her very popular topic about how pandemic influences online marketing. Please welcome Valeria.
Yeah, hello everyone. First of all, I would like to greet you all and to say that I'm quite thankful for this opportunity to present my topic and I could call this research. Oh, I'm very sorry if you hear the dog. So my topic is how pandemic influences online marketing. Excuse me. And before I start, I would like to tell you some figures. As we, due to some restrictions, couldn't use our usual offline entertainments, we had to go online. And I would like to tell you how much people went online this year. So first company is TikTok and Netflix. So Netflix has gained 16 million new subscribers during the first 3 months of the year, and TikTok has got 350 million new downloads. This is quite amazing numbers. And that is why it is quite easy to see how much people started using social medias and online services more. So, and that is why I think we can now determine some main goals of the content marketing this year. And also I think this is quite suitable for the online marketing as well. So the first goal is to help businesses to survive during pandemic, as now they couldn't use their previous offline marketing techniques. So they had to go to the internet and to invent something new. Also, they have to track the audience that has just only started using social media, because it is a huge audience, as we have seen from this previous slides. And also they have to keep that audience so that in future they will buy their products, or at least they will enjoy and their content. So if we talk about TikTok, I think there is no need for them to keep that audience, because their algorithm work very well. So I would like to tell how business can use this platform for their for these companies. So first of all, they can have personal profile. Personal profile have NBA, Mercedes, Prada. So I have chosen this brand so that you can show the diversity of companies, and also that luxurious brands are not afraid to go there, because this means that there are a lot of people who are able to pay for their products. And also there are a lot of examples when small companies started using TikTok, and then they increased in sales because their target audience found them, and also they enjoyed the videos. Probably this could be videos of the process, how they work, or how they produce their products. And the next approach could be challenges. They can start them like in platform, like official, or they could also follow the challenges that already exist, maybe to make some dance, or maybe to add something new to this. But I think this works, and I can see this from the figures of their views. And also they can make collaborations with creators. There are a lot of creators who have a trustworthy audience, because these creators, and I can call them bloggers, haven't spoiled their reputation yet. And the next thing I would like to talk about is Netflix also. So Netflix has a lot of social media pages where they approach to their audience, and there you can see this is just a few examples of how many pages it have. And also, I think one important thing to mention that they use, as you can see here, like Black Lives Matter, that shows that they have social awareness and that they care about social environment. And in next slides, I will tell you why it's important. Also, you can see here on their pages everything about new upcoming shows, to see all the updates. And I can say that this is a company that cares about their people, about their subscribers. So also I would like to tell about Fashion Weeks, because it is one of the examples of the huge offline marketing events. And what did they do? They had to invent, or maybe it was before, they had to make their shows digital. As you can see, a lot of fashion weeks, and among them there are London Fashion Week, Paris Haute Couture Fashion Week, and Milan Fashion Week. They made their shows digitals. Customers enjoyed this, and also they showed that they care about all the social restrictions, and they followed them. And I think this is great, and frankly speaking, I couldn't think that somebody could do this. So we are going back to the topic about social awareness. A lot of consumers, and this is 40% of all consumers, are Generation Z. And in one of the research by Vogue Business showed that 75% of the Generation Z respondents want to be sure that employee and customer safety is guaranteed during pandemic. And also I can add from myself that this also means that they care about some social events. They would like to feel respected. They would like to have tolerance in all companies. And that is why it is important to bring these points and thoughts in your advertisements, because this shows that you are not a company that just sells products, but also that influence on the market, on the people, on their thoughts, so that all our world community could be better. And one of the examples how companies show that they follow the restrictions are hashtags that companies write it, like stay at home, wear a mask, keep social distance. Also, a lot of companies that produce vehicles did that, even though for companies that produce vehicles, it would be great if they sell a car and show that travel around the world, but they told stay at home. And one of the trends also that show this are remote photo shoots. And one of the remote photo shoots I would like to tell you about is a remote photo shoot from the brand Jacquemus. As you can see here, they also followed it by hashtag Jacquemus Stay at Home and FaceTime. So also photo shoots were made by FaceTime and Zoom. And it's great. You can see the amount of likes they have, and also, if I'm not mistaken, they increased like their sales or no sales, but popularity during this pandemic because they showed that they care about everyone. Yeah. So in conclusion, what I would like to say is that it is important to support all social initiatives to promote social distancing and to invent something new, not to be afraid to go to the online market, to use some new trends because the world is developing and we have to adapt to all unpredictable situations. Thank you everyone for the attention. I have finished. If you have questions, I'm ready to answer all of them.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. So it's really very informative. I don't belong to Generation Z, you can imagine that, yeah? And you have emphasized some of the marketing channels that are entirely online. I never thought of using TikTok in the past, but now having teenagers as grandchildren, imagine that, I use it. Can you give any forecast, any prediction for the entirely online marketing channels? What will we have in the future?
Yesterday, I was listening to one of the marketing podcasts, and they also mentioned the topic of TikTok here, and they tell that in future, it is quite possible that a lot of huge companies, and they already go there, as they have showed Mercedes, like NBA, will go to TikTok and produce more qualitative content. And also I know that TikTok makes more possibilities for businesses to use this platform for advertisement, and I think that this platform is the one that would be developing. Even so, some people think that maybe Instagram would be decreased, but personally I don't think so. Maybe it would decrease maybe in Generation Z consumers, but there still would be millennials, all other generations, and I think that it is doesn't mean that we should forget this platform. It is like, I think, an obligation even now for each brand and company or restaurant, any small business even, to have social media pages. And I think this is a thing that will be only developing in the future because we all now using our phones. As you can see, we are now all communicating via Zoom, and it is all possible due to the technologies.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. A very interesting report. And I am addressing my students, our students, the students of Dnipro University of Technology who are present at the conference now. Try not to forget about this charming lady, about her report, and try to build research collaborations for the future with her. Leave contacts, okay?
Yeah.
You promise? Do you promise?
To leave my contacts, I can write my email.
No, to build research collaborations with our students.
I think it would be quite interesting if somebody would like to.
Are you the first year, the second year student?
I'm the second year student.
The second year student. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the feedback. I'm grateful that you found it interesting.
Thank you, Lera. I think that your presentation and your topic confirms that pandemic is not the reason to stop living, to stop improve yourself, your business or something. So thank you again. And our next speaker is Mushkudiani Tamuna from Dnipro University of Technology, and her speech will be about how to identify competitors, the main steps.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I am Tamuna Mushkudiani, and today I will report how to identify competitors' main steps. So in my presentation, I will talk about main steps in competitive analysis, analysis models, and options for actions. I would like that everybody understand what does competitive analysis means. Competitive analysis is a process of comparing the strengths and weaknesses of your own business or product to those of other businesses in order to make your business or product more competitive. Let's take a look at some benefits from competitive analysis. Firstly, we can detect new entrants coming in and out of the market and prepare for the new arrival. We can keep abreast of the latest developments in order to avoid surprises and predict competitors' actions when making a forecast. Besides, we can turn on an early warning system to in time for corrective actions such as adjusting prices on competitive threat. And the last one is a customer perception, which helps us to focus on relevant competitors. Competitive analysis system consists from 3 steps. The first one, information, the second, analysis, and the last one is action. The step to start with is gathering information from different sources. The first informational source for the product and management of opponents is the company website. The second necessary source is financial analysis, which is useful for private equity firms, though that don't publish their financial information. Besides, industry analysis and trade publications are useful for analyzing the rating of the companies on the market. And 2 other important sources are web traffic and social media, those that have top hashtags for users and keywords. With the help of such tools as Alexa, marketers can access different website details such as audience demographic and search analysis or volume analysis. Let me give you an example how Alexa audience overlap tool works. Imagine that our company website name is wag.com. The list below our company includes potential competitors. Overlap score is a combination of visitors as well as keywords. Alexa rank shows numerical representations of the popularity of a website. And the last column is ad. Ad shows competitor keywords, metrics, and site comparison. Other competitive analysis tools include Google Alerts and Google Trends. In Google Alerts, we enter our topic of interest and the type of data desired, such as news, blogs, videos, politics, etc. We select how often we wish to receive alerts, provide our email address, and click the button Create New Alert. Google also offers its Google Trends tool. It helps us to determine the popularity of the topic requests and trends. The next step in competitive analysis process is analysis of collected information. We can divide our market into 2 types of competitors, direct and indirect ones. Direct competitors exist in the same market and offer similar products and services. Indirect competitors are opposite, can exist both in the same market and in different markets, offering similar products and services and fulfilling the same functions. We can choose which companies to focus on by using such criteria like, first of all, it's time, because we must consider the time when competitors will pose a substantial threat. The next one is sales tactics, because we must research your company's sales techniques and results. The third one is prices. You must pay attention to your competitors' pricing as well as any benefits they offer to your clients. And the last one, about technological, consider indirect competitors more seriously in case of rapid technological change. After identifying competitors, all gathered must be processed using competitive analysis models. It's SWOT analysis model, Porter's 5 forces model, PASL, and perceptual maps. I think everybody knows about SWOT. It includes strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. PASL analysis involves political, economic, social, technologies, environmental, and legal categories. Another famous model is Porter's 5 forces. It helps to identify 5 forces that determine the level of competitors and activeness of business in a particular industry. And the last analysis model is perceptual map, used to visualize how to average statistical consumer perceives the positioning of competitive products. The third step and the last step is competitive analysis process is action. There are two types of actions, defensive action and offensive. Defensive actions are about protecting brand's market product positioning against competitors. For example, it could be countermeasures, product differentiation, or product diversification. And offensive actions are about attack. Offensive actions securing market share from competitors regardless, and the most common ways are entering a new market segmentation or executing a new go-to-market approach with different channels for different segments. So, to sum up, if you use these three steps in the right order and in the right time, it will be easy for you to identify who is your main competitor. Thank you for your attention.
Guys, don't be shy to ask questions.
Maybe I have a question. So please, thank you for your excellent presentation and report. And I have a question about perception map. So maybe you can tell me how we can choose these factors, criteria for the perception map and to build it.
Okay, yeah. I don't remember the translation of BKG matrix. I don't know how it will be in English, but it's similar too, because we choose some criteria like prices, positioning, management, and we decide which categories are higher from one company to another.
We decide, or maybe experts in the field of activity.
I feel myself like I'm an expert because I'm a marketer, so in future I will decide.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so Tamuna, thanks a lot. Your presentations are always an event, and I'm happy you're successful with your presentation.
Thank you.
So as far as I understand, because you have mentioned SWOT analysis, we don't need to do something just because competitors are doing it, right? I'm the director of the linguistics center. There are so many in Dnipro, linguistic centers, language centers. We don't need to do it just because competitors are doing, or vice versa. So usually we analyze competitors' weaknesses and then try to make them our strengths, right? We use competitors' weaknesses to maximize our performance. Is it worth paying attention to competitors' strengths? What is more important? To pay more attention to competitors' strengths or weaknesses?
I think it's more important to analyze the weaknesses. Because in such way we can opposite our strengths and their weaknesses.
Okay,
and thank you for translation in the chat. Yes, it's Boston Consulting Group. Sorry, I forgot about it.
Okay, so I see that you don't forget about the chat. Maybe some questions in the chat. You can write it and Tamuna will answer. Okay, if there is no more questions, I'd like to welcome our next representative from Alfred Nobel University, Mornit Vera, with the theme Humor in Advertising and its Necessity Throughout the Pandemic. Please welcome.
Hello, everybody. And I want to say that I'm really glad to participate in such the conference. Thank you for all. And I will demonstrate my screen. So, okay. I will speak about the humor and using the humor in advertising and its necessity throughout the pandemic. We all have already mentioned the them of the pandemic in the 2020. That's very important them. So maybe you have already heard about the flash mob of the Twitter that Twitter has created, and the concept of this flash mob is describing the year 2020 in one word. So one of the participants is a giant of the TV channels, online TV channels, Netflix. So maybe we will agree with the Netflix about the describing the world, describing its year in the world. You may see why. So I will mention some negative consequences of the pandemic here, several of which: the rising level of depressions, negative impact on businesses. I may underline there are the problem with distributions through ban and on export and import to and from some countries like Italy, for example. The workforce, the cash flow, consumer demand and sales. There is possible social conflicts, increasing in poverty level in society, and most of the countries has to take alternative actions to maintain a stable economy, especially the developing countries. That is the main loans in the developing countries during the pandemic, the 2020 year. And I will dive into the one point about the depression. You may see the survey of the National Center for Health Statistics that had partnered with the Census Bureau. And this is a survey that provided for the 7 days during the year. It was the April, the May, the June, July, August, for the different samples of people. You may see increasing level of anxiety and depressive disorders while the pandemic from the April. The orange is anxiety level and the yellow is depressive disorders. And due to the end of November. So we may discuss that depression and anxiety is a illness, medical illness that may cause some serious sicknesses. So that's a big problem while the pandemic, because of wondering people about their future, about problems, businesses, works, and others. So, what is the probable pill from the depression? It's not like the antidepressants and other, but I may introduce you our main abstracts. It's humor. So it has a new power during the pandemic, and I may describe you the definition of the humor, because for the understanding how it may cure the depression, we need to understand what is it. So humor is intellectual ability, firstly, to notice comical, funny things and funny sides from the them of the discussion, and sense of humor is associated with the subject ability, the people ability to detect contradictions in the surrounding world. to show the ability of human to look from the other sides on the one them scene. And now during the pandemic, the people are filled by negative everyday statistic of affected by coronavirus. And of course, there are many negative news. So already the marketers and psychologists had collaboration, and they created neuromarketing. Maybe you know where is neuromarketing. And neuromarketing is using in the modern world very widely. So I will speak about the neuromarketing ability to effect on the consumer. And neuromarketing research has empirically evidenced that most purchasing decisions are made emotionally. So we need to understand that we cannot provide all the time all purchases by only rational decisions. Of course, the marketing and the advertising is some sort of manipulating tools, and neuromarketing also may be manipulating, but the humor in using the marketing, advertisement, neuromarketing may be almost not the using the humor in the marketing may be more useful for the company. And who is using the humor in the advertising? You may know it's Japan, most popular user of humorous ads. We may know the Japan because of its robots, because of its technologies, development, and of course of the different size of the humor ads that we may see on the TV, on the YouTube. And maybe we need to think over why Japan is using for so many years the so much humorous advertisement, and Ukraine are stepping in. One of the example of the using the humor in advertisement, it's Banda agency. It's a modern agency that are collaborating with the private bank. They created in August the advertisement program that and they use a comical video rolics for the private bank. It's a government structure, a government bank, and they use a humorous advertisement. Maybe we need to look at this and take some examples. And thank you for your attention. I will glad to answer some questions of yours.
Okay.
I have a question, if I may. I've also, you've mentioned neuromarketing, and I've also researched this topic recently, and I've learned about some neuromarketing tools, for instance, fMRI machine or eye tracking technology. Could you please tell how exactly these tools can be implemented in, I don't know, indicating the humorous ads which respond to people?
Which tools that you have mentioned yet? Yes.
Yes, maybe you could tell which tools you know, or how they can be used to exactly in considering your.
Okay. I read I read about the many tools of the neuromarketing and about the discovering. Maybe you speak about the discovering tools for collecting some information with the neuromarketing, yes? About the consumer.
Yes, like fMRI machine or eye tracking technology.
Yes, we may use it, of course, but in my case, I use the neuromarketing not only for the collecting the statistics about the consumer, but in the practice, in the implementing these studies, and mostly it's about the purchasing decisions for the emotionally building emotional bond. This is for our main task for the company and for marketers. Yes, we may use all tools. I am answering your question, all tools, but in the some little way, and for the okay, we may use all the tools, but for a little.
Okay, thanks. I understood. Thank you.
May I have a question? So you have mentioned, and it is real, that we make our purchase emotionally. Using humor in advertising is really the best way to reach your customer. But where is the line or edge between humor and offense in advertising? Can we make our advertising offensive and our customers won't buy our product, abuse them maybe?
Okay, I understand. Of course, we and our marketers and designer of the advertisement need to understand all ethical norms, understand our consumers, our target audience, and with this information only, we may to create a correctly advertisement, because we don't know. We need to look smart in the eyes of our customers. For example, in the social constructs, like the worker sphere, the people, maybe you have mentioned that people who have a good feeling of humor are more popular, are more recognizable, and they are more respectful. So we need just to justify our managers, our workforce for building such respectful, recognizable advertisement. So our target audience will look it and say, oh, that's great, that's funny, and that's a smart approach to the marketers, and I'm not abused or offended.
Okay, may I ask a question? So advertisements carrying clever, funny, profound messages that are memorable for years after they first run. They are not new, right? It is not only about this year, 2020, this pandemic disaster. So can you give the example? Do you remember the last funny ad that it inspired you personally?
Okay.
The last funny ad you saw anywhere that inspired you.
Mm-hmm. That example that I have proved, I mentioned the vendor agencies advertisement. They, I don't know why, but in the this summer they began to create a humorous advertising campaign like the private bank, and the advertisement of Comfy.
You saw it in the store in Comfy? Were you inspired to buy anything there?
I saw it in the internet.
You saw it on the net?
Yes.
Okay. And your mood became better, right? After you saw it, at least. If you were not inspired to buy anything, then, so this advertisement, this funny ad, so helped you get rid of either depression or anxiety, yeah?
Yes, and maybe this advertising campaign created some good bond with the business. So I saw that, like you said, I saw the advertisement, I'm in the good mood, and association with this brand will be good, like the positive bonds.
Okay, you are sure about that. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, more questions? Maybe someone wants to ask? Vera? Please feel free. All right, so thank you, Vera. I agree with you that emotions and humor are really essentials in our life. So thank you so much for your presentation. And now we are going further. Please welcome our delegate from Taras Shevchenko National University of Kyiv, Golovy Viktor, PhD candidate, with his presentation about product imitation as marketing strategy, a case from Ukrainian wine sector. Please welcome.
Hello, welcome from Kyiv, best greetings. Thank you for the opportunity to participate in the conference. And today I would like to present the case Could you see my presentation?
Yes, yes, it's fine.
Okay, so today I would like to present the case from real study that I'm doing as a PhD candidate, and I'm doing part-time and working in consultancy sector as a strategy. So it's I believe that it is very interesting for us because normally in wine sector, as in many other sectors with the consumer goods, a lot of players are using strategic options as differentiation of products. And now I would like to talk about the alternative strategy that it's not very frequent one. It's an imitational mimicry strategy, and in particular in the wine sector, where some players, Ukrainian players, trying to pretend to propose, to offer so-called made in Georgia wine or similar. At the beginning, I will give a brief overview of Ukrainian market because the understanding context is very important. And to be in time, I will skip some slides, but key messages I will try to remain. So Ukraine, it's not a wine country. As you know, some people believe that we are a vodka country, or in other words, it's a strong spirit country due to climate, all the traditions. So the cultural influences in value are very important. So in Ukraine, it's something between 3.5 and 5 liters per year of consumption per capita, depending on the various statistics. And we are not at the level of the leading European country, and as well not so good as all the Caucasian countries like Georgia that I'm trying to talk today. In terms of production as well, something like between 5 and 6% of production, it's a wine. I'm talking about all kind of spirits, from beer, wine, different types and styles of wine, and strong spirits in terms of volume by liter. You can see on the slide. So as well, if you look at the import, we are not very strong to compete the foreign players for wine. And as you can see, something like 70% of total wine sales and consumptions, and Ukrainian wine, it's 34% comparing to 36% of imported wine. So due to some preferences, some all the quality level, all the issues, we are still not able to successfully compete with competitors, including Georgian companies. In Ukraine, Georgia represents a kind of success story because, first of all, after losing the Russian market, Georgia intensifies its efforts and to diversify geography of selling. In Ukraine, it's now on the second place after Russia because the embargo is now again lifted. And Ukraine as well was very dependent on CIS market, including Russia. More than 50 and even more percent, depending on the year, of the production was sold on those markets. Now, yeah, for Ukrainian producer Russian markets, it's lost. So it means that competition on Ukrainian market increase because we don't have so good quality wines that will keep for many years and improve quality. And then in this case, we again see the competition for Ukrainian customers. And Georgia as well intensifies these activities on Ukrainian markets. And right now we were for the short time the number one. Now we again the number two for Georgian wine. And Georgia, something like right now after lifting the embargo, it's 16% of Russian market sales on export. Ukraine is number two. It's right now, if you look at the 2020, it's after the Italy. So Georgia, by styles and quality of wine, it corresponds perfectly to the demand of our customers, mainly from female segment that prefer semi-sweet and sweet wines. And comparing to other markets, Ukrainian prices are not very cheap. On average, something about $3.2 per liter. So, and in Ukraine, it's about 2.8. So it's not quite cheap. So by volume and by price, Georgian wine are very reputable and very demanded in Ukraine. And then those reasons were for this, yeah, one of key reasons to imitate Georgian wine. In other terms, it's to do a Mavic strategy to complete. If you look at the shelves right now on some supermarkets like that, you will see a lot of different wine, including those that pretend to be Georgian. If you look at this slide, it's more or less fine because except Aznauri, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, Aznauri, it's like a Georgian family name, a Georgian brand. So we're trying to do a lot of things, local players, to be similar to Georgia, to pretend to be made in Georgia by different ways, and offering wine made from Georgian types of varieties, grape variety like Katsiteli, Sapiravi, as well if you look Pirosmani, who is immediately you will see that's the picture of Pirosmani. So this, it's not very correct. So, and then some cases, our anti-monopoly organization detected some cases from a few companies like Kobly or another then this strategy, it's even going worse when you see on the etiquette, on the label, Georgian guys in national costumes, folkloric style, some other attributes to convince, pretending to be Georgian, to convince the customer to buy that wine, but in reality, it's a fully locally produced wine. The same things we could tell about the cognac. Yeah, now we should use the term brandy. In those cases, you see that again, as Naur and other brandies completely produced in Ukraine, and nothing, they have nothing to do, no connection with Georgian origin. So this again, not only an unethical practice, but it doesn't correspond to legal requirements. So in this case, we could say that this strategy could be called in terms of institutional theory as mimetic isomorphism, where we're trying to be similar to somebody, to offer some similar products. But if it's done correctly, made from similar products, it's not counterfeited, it's not, yeah, it's fully legal. But if we pretend to be that it's made in Georgia and it's nothing to do with Georgia, no one grape is coming from Georgia, or no wine bulk. So we are violating some PDO, product designated origin directive of EU, because right now we have to respect it according to association agreement with EU. So this is not permissible practice. So it must be stopped, and the strategy of such players should be revised. Strategic implication is simple. Because of this weak institution like our justice system, etc. And right now, Georgian producers are looking for diversification and another part of the world to sell more Georgian wines. They're not very interested to organize some judiciary battle with those imitators. So, but later it will come again that we, respecting the new rules, we have to stop this practice. In this case, strategic implication is simple. We should offer to such customers that prefer those styles of wine similar Ukrainian products without misleading information in branding, like Noah's Nauri, something like that. So it could be correct strategic practice of differentiation. So that's it. So thank you for your attention. Any questions?
Please don't be shy, and remember that in the end of conference, we will choose the most active participants. So guys.
Thank you for your presentation. Very interesting, practical. And so we know that copies of products are on the market. They are everywhere. And we will, as customers, we will be on the alert when buying them. Thank you for your ideas.
Thank you. So be aware, look at the label and control label to check if it's really genuine made in Georgia product.
All right, thank you so much. I think that real cases are very useful for us, for students, to feel it, to see it. So huge thanks from us to you for your presentation. It was really very interesting to listen. Hope to see you next year. Okay, and now let's move. And our next speaker is Dolmatova Katerina from Dnipro University of Technology, and her topic is gamification in digital marketing. Please welcome Katerina.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Kate, and today I want you to present my report about gamification in digital marketing. So can you see my presentation?
Yeah, it's all right. No, we can't see it.
So my theme is gamification in digital marketing. Sorry. Let's start from the fact that in childhood, games are almost the main means of understanding the world and human development. And throughout life, they retain their attractiveness as they are able to entertain us and satisfy our needs for competition and achievement of success. All this together creates an excellent basis for marketing activities. The term gamification means a strategy of borrowing and introducing game elements into non-game environment to engage users and hold their attention. It's important to understand that this is not a game in a classic sense, but just game elements that increase customer engagement. Although the term gamification was introduced only in 2002, the topic has recently become popular in marketing world. And the main reasons for moving to gamification strategy are: the first is falling effectiveness of traditional types of advertising. Due to informational overload, people are trying to escape and no longer perceive information on ad units, which is called banner blindness. Next is availability of mobile devices on the internet. The internet audience is not limited to geographic location, which opens a new horizons for organizations. Next reason is the arrival of Generation Z. Young people of today grew up in a gaming environment and now are more easily involved in communication through games than through standard promotion methods. The introduction of game elements allows us to solve important problems in marketing and shows high efficiency. First, it increases audience loyalty and strengthens brand reputation. Then, gamification expands the customer audience. You will attract new audiences and strip up the interest of old ones. About 52% of customers discovered new brands through gaming interaction. Then gamification can create the additional point of interaction with the customer in sales funnel. The more points of contact, the more likely a person will remember you when he or she needs to service your offer. Then gamification can boost activity. Advertisements containing game elements are 3 times more attractive than regular ones. And gamification raises sales. Approximately 53% of players return to websites or retail outlets to use their rewards and purchase the product in the future. Also, gamification provides the ability to collect information about users. As a result of gaming engagement, 35% of players are willing to provide their personal data, which will help you create and group database of potential customers. For the effective and successful implementation of gamification, it's important to study the basic psychological principles of it. They include, first, motivation for interaction. To involve the clients in the game, you must offer them a prize. Then status. If you include the possibility of competition in the game, then people will strive to rise higher in the game hierarchy. The last one, rewards, and also unexpected rewards. The rewards is one of the main reasons why users respond to emails or subscribe to newsletters. Rewards should be presented in such way that the person cannot find about them in advance. A surprise will create an additional incentive. Examples of gamification in business and marketing are numerous. Let's start from gamification on the site. Elements of games will be especially effective on sites because a modern person can view up to several hundred internet pages during the day. A well-known example is from a project, The Deepest Site. promoting the Borjomi mineral water. It clearly demonstrates the great depth of natural resource of this water, about 8,000 meters. As a result, with zero seeding or extra media support, the site received over 5,000 unique visits in its first day, going to record 1,000 on Facebook likes and shares. Next is gamification in social networks. The introduction of game mechanics on social media is gaining popularity and often goes viral, with views and engagement increasing without the intervention of optimizers. As a part of its advertisement campaign, MMTEMS published a picture on a Facebook page with a lot of sweets, among which a pretzel was found was hidden. People were actively involved in searching and shared the image. As a result, the publication received more than 26,000 likes, 6,200 shares, and 11,000 comments. Next is gamification in online store apps. The most advanced application with this strategy is AliExpress. The app has a whole gaming section, so the online store retains users and creates a positive experience for them. We move to loyalty programs. They include clubs card, loyalty cards, and discount coupons. The purpose of these programs is to strengthen the bond between the customer and the brand. A successful example is the Starbucks loyalty program, where customers collect stars each time they visit a coffee shop. It unlocks different levels of rewards for them. The loyalty program is implemented through the Starbucks mobile app, which now has 120 million users worldwide. The last example is gamification in email marketing. It's quite effective if you invite users to answer quiz questions or complete the game and get prizes. Thanks to introduction of such elements, online store Stylus was able to triple the profitability of email marketing and expand its contact base by 2.5 times. Many users who played the roulette games ended up making a purchase on the site, resulting in a 15% increase in transaction rates. So, to conclude, gamification is a great tool for creating viral campaigns and increasing audience engagement in brand life. At the same time, the game mechanics can help to obtain user data, which can later be used to segment the database to more effectively interact with customers. The use of gamification in marketing expands the horizon of the usual understanding of promotion, but it's important to remember that such an experiment might be seriously calculated. And that's all. Thank you for attention. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. You're welcome.
I have a question.
Yes.
As for me, you have systematic and nice report. It's very nice. But I investigate about metrics of marketing. For example, what of kind indicators of customers' loyalty do you know? Or what you know about customer loyalty additional?
For me, customer loyalty is a program, organization's program that shows that customers aren't only the way to get money for the organization, but a reason to be.
Mm-hmm. What is specific of customer loyalty in online? What is specific?
I think the most difficult is to make app or website, I suppose, and implement loyalty program to it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your questions.
May I have a question?
Yes, of course.
Thank you for your presentation. Really, a lot of companies now use gamification, augmented reality, and so on. And in this case, I have a question. Can you give maybe an example when you prepare your research about how gamification drives better business financial outcomes, or maybe others?
Yes, in my example of gamification in mail marketing, for example, our Ukrainian site online store Stylus, thanks to email sending messages, was able to triple the profitability of email marketing in general.
Thank you.
Kate
Can I ask
a
the
student
question?
in marketing. She's a student in management. And so thank you for choosing Marketing Conference. Gamification has a great potential. And you have just some of the ideas for your further research. I hope you are interested and you will deal with the questions you were addressed. Okay, Katya?
Yes, of course. Is that all? Maybe.
Can I ask the question?
Yes, of course.
Thank you for excellent presentation. That it's I can think of gamification as engaging content that increases post reach.
Can you repeat, please, one time more?
That is, I can think of gamification as engaging content that increases post reach.
Can you explain what is post reach?
Который повышает охваты.
Yes, it rise engagement. I give an examples from research in percentage. When users, about 50% of users return to your store, for example, in average. 50% of users thanks to gamification are willing to buy your product. So I think it's boosts your customer activity.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for a question.
Okay, that's all, Kate. Thank you so much for your presentation. I think everyone have, for example, once because on something like gamifications, like on internet or something, and stick to it. So it was really cool to hear. And now I'd like to say that we will have a short break for about 30 minutes. And while we will have this break, you can vote for our videos and advertisements and choose your winner. So we'll see you in half an hour. So don't go too far away.
Don't forget to vote, please. See you later.